That's good. We're good.
Let's get going, I guess, on that note. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Who's Taking Watch? The Dragon's Might. My name is Brad, and I will continue to be your DM for this arc set in the world of Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time. Who's with me?
I'm Zach, and I'll be playing Dirk.
I'm Victor, and I'll be playing Lior.
I am Michelle, and I'll be playing Tal.
And I'm Marty playing Paige.
Amazing. So, if you're just joining us, actually, I'm not going to say welcome aboard. I'm going to say it's so late in the game that you should go back to the beginning. But if you have been watching, welcome back. For those who don't know, Who's Taking Watch is an anthology-style D&D actual play show where this group of friends takes turns sending each other on journeys in some of our favorite worlds of fiction and writing a little bit of a side quest where a 5th edition adventuring party might run amok and have some fun. So, as I mentioned before, this is set in the world of Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time in the country of Gildan during the Civil War that starts off the series sort of in the background. We're rapidly getting to the conclusion, and wow, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm having so much fun.
Can't wait to kill the dragon.
Yep, for sure. That's definitely in the cards. That guy, no plot armor. If you want to check out previous episodes of our show, you could do so at the link right below in our YouTube channel. And as always, the next episode will be out next Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube with a
There it is.
So close. With a audio-only version following shortly after the next day. Quick shout-out, as always, our music and soundtracks are generously allowed for free use by Michael Ghelfi Studios. Please go check them out. Please check out their Patreon. They do really incredible work. And just truly the prospect of, like, scoring 20 episodes of this is, like, so Herculean for me. So thank you, Michael Ghelfi Studios, for being so kind to creators. And now, I think that's all we have to say about any of that. So we're going to go ahead and turn the page and enter the next chapter of Who's Taking Watch? The Dragon's Might.
Michael Ghelfi.
So, last time we left off, the group was in a little bit of a tense situation. See, you had made the journey across the tundra in the north of Gildan to the headquarters of the camp of the dragon, or the false dragon, depending on who you ask, trying to find Tal's brother, Sammy, and you had arrived and had managed to sneak your way in, getting some directions from the infamous Sword Guy. But arriving, you realized that things were not as you expected. Not only did Sammy seem to be a willing participant in the dragon's camp, he seemed to be in a position of authority. And before you could even speak to Sammy about it, you had to speak to the big man himself as Logain Ablar found you upon entry. You all went to the central war tent, we'll call it, and spoke with Logain and his inner circle, including this brash gentleman with a southern accent and kind of hair sticking out like he's stuck his hand in a socket, Eric. An old friend of Logain's, Lena, Sammy himself, and another man who seemingly was able to channel, one that Logain just called John. In a bizarre interrogation where I truly forgot to ask what your names were, such a wild move by me.
I feel like the dragon already knew our names.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I think he still right now is going like, I think I've got 2 of them, but big mistake by me. But you had a conversation about the nature of what his movement is, and we're sort of confronted with an image that was unexpected. This image of a man who did not want conflict, but merely saw it as an unfortunate inevitability of resistance. A man who, by all accounts, wanted to see peace, but understood that conflict might be necessary. Now, of course, Tal didn't take too kindly to anything that Logain was saying, this being her home country, and this being the country that most of her brothers have spent their careers defending. But the rest of you had a sort of bizarre reckoning with the information you were receiving and what you had expected. You were placed under a sort of house arrest, with the agreement that if you wanted to leave in 5 days, then you would be free to do so, but that you needed to be monitored since you had managed to sneak your way into the camp. Now, the next day, Lena pulled you aside and spoke to you about concerns she had over Eric, this charismatic man who seemed to have led the charge in Moorburn and across the country on recruitment. It seemed that some in the Dragon Circle were unaware that perhaps some of the volunteers that had been coming back from these missions were not all willing. She told you to keep things on the down low and gave you directions to find Brenta, the mother of a person that you guys met in Moorburn who just wanted to see that his mom was okay. And she was a little bit befuddled. That's what we're doing.
Baffled.
She was a little bit befuddled at the prospect of trying to leave the camp and walk across the snow alone, but was relieved to hear that there might be an option for her to leave sometime soon. Now, a little bit secondary to you guys, but maybe primary to Paige, was running into a very familiar red-haired face of your mentor, introducing herself as Myram, alongside 3 other women of the tower, seemingly just working in the camp. Yeah, that's about right. You guys then went to speak to Sammy, where you roughed him up a little bit, and he explained his side as best as he could to his sister, Tal, that this was a conflict that had gotten out of hand among the foot soldiers, and that great shows of force had maybe caused a bit more collateral damage than he could bear. And so, his way of making peace was to try and give the Dragon's people coordinates of where the armies would be so that conflict could be avoided altogether. Now, this being said, Sammy did very much feel lied to by Eric about the means by which all these people were joining the cause, and seemed resolved to follow up on that beat.
Did we learn when Eric joined the forces? Or
I don't think he did.
We did not, okay.
I don't think you did, no. Lior did learn that Dirk's maybe not been doing so hot, and was a little bit worried about the power that the dragon had. And just as you were speaking about this and worrying about what it meant for you as a channeler, one of his people came and asked that you guys would join him for a conversation and a walk outside sometime later this afternoon. And we pick up back there with you guys agreeing to this circumstance, and a few of you a little bit distracted at seeing Paige's big eyes maybe trying to look a little bit too unsuspicious, as one of those women from earlier, the one with the red hair, is looking over at Paige and making frantic motions and going, "Hey, call me." But that's where we pick up.
Paige?
Yes? I'm gonna go have a word with Myram.
Why? Why?
Who?
She's just over there.
Oh, hi.
Would you like some company?
Tends to not see you.
I'm not sure. I think she wants to speak with me, and I'm not entirely sure what about.
I can be your Reg. Seem like a strapping fellow.
Maybe she's also one of the people who doesn't want to be here.
Maybe you're right. Would you be my Reg?
I'd love to.
Someone comes over and casts the ceremony spell.
Why would I say it like that? Let's go see.
So we'll go get her story, right?
We'll go get her story?
If she's one of the people that wants to leave as well.
I did ask Brenta to start kind of like bringing them all together.
No, I know this one.
Oh.
What?
That's right. I have history with her, and I don't know what she's doing here.
How?
I met her when I was first learning about my gift. Rather, she found me.
Your gift with herbs?
Yes.
I'll look
That's-
at her. Is she like...
Give me an insight check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have my paper out. No. That's a 5. That's a 5. I know what my insight is.
Yeah. No, I don't think you read anything from that. Yeah.
I'm going to go. She seems to want to talk to me, and I'm not entirely sure what the message is. I figured we'd be talking to her at some point, but I think now is the best time.
Nice. Put in a good word with Reg for me.
All right, will do.
I don't want to talk to the herb lady.
Who's the herb lady?
She's the herb lady.
I'm the herb lady.
But
In
you
that-
have a herb lady friend. Herb's code word, duh.
You don't need to talk to the herb lady. Don't worry. I'll me and Reg will take care.
We're killing it. Let's go.
Isn't Sammy like right here with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
Sammy,
is.
Sammy, you had walked over with Sammy.
Right.
Oh.
He's going.
Telling him the story of the lockpick.
I
Yeah,
thought
at the beginning when you guys were all going, he was just going, trying to fit in.
Michelle, that was a week ago.
You said it as Lior, and I was like, oh no, you meant it.
She clearly wants to speak to you.
I'm gonna go now.
Come on.
I'll see you all later.
Okay.
Sammy?
Yep.
Ask her about Foxglove.
Yeah, take care. You two walk over to the corner around which Myram has just walked. As they walk around, you see a very panicky Lena runs up to the three of you guys and Sammy, and goes, "Where's the rest of your friends?"
Right over there. Why?
The remedy that your friend prescribed me, it's not working at all. It's not working at all. Where is she?
She did say she wasn't very good unless someone is then like real like about to die.
Oh, I think I'm gonna die. And she just.
I think you're gonna have
Please.
to clean that out with water.
Come with me.
Oh no! I don't like your shark eyes. Do you want? I'll give you a persuasion check if you want to.
No, I'm good.
But you guys walk around the corner.
Come talk to us later.
You guys walk around the corner and see her ducking into a small tent and follow over. And once you walk in first, Paige, immediately.
I'll just have a look to see who's watching me as I go in. I don't want.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Can I kind of be clocking her as she goes in too to make sure there's nobody looking?
Perfect.
Sure, you want to be like following at a distance?
No, I just want to watch her go and make sure nobody's watching her go.
Okay, when you say her.
Paige.
Okay,
Because
then
Paige
yes.
is female.
Yes, okay, I know, but Paige is
So is
following a
Myra.
lady.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Yes.
Fair.
You can. I did just say they went around a corner, but you can watch them for as long as you want to watch them. Sure. Give me perception.
7.
7. Cool.
5.
Oh, everyone's got Zach
I'm only
plague
partly
today.
psychic.
To
Okay.
read my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys don't see anyone watching in particular.
No one's here. Perfect.
But you two follow over, and as you go to, like, sort of peel back the flap of the tent and give a cautious, like, hello, you just see an arm reach out and yank Pate straight through the tent, and you hear, like, a crash.
Be gentle with her. She is fragile.
But you just get yanked in and fall to the ground on top of Lucille.
I'm going to give a big, big hug and say, it's so lovely to meet you, Myram, as I look around to see if there's anyone else that should not be here.
There's not anyone else that you don't think should not be here.
Is this like one of those tiny 2% tents?
No,
like
no.
You
You can super fit in this tent.
Oh,
you can super
fantastic.
fit in this tent. Yeah, you don't need to be like careful in there. You can go in.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, you don't see anyone who looks like they shouldn't be there. You see two of the other women that were with her. Two women that you recognize as Zara Sedai of the Green Aja, and that you recognize as Tamea Sedai of the Browns. And you see that Zara is there with her warder, very, very chummy, as Greens are wont to be. You don't see Reg anywhere in here, and you don't see Amelie, the blue sister that you saw yesterday, but you do see them just sort of looking on...
Which color is Zara?
Zara is green.
Green as well. Tamea and Zara are both green.
Tamea's brown, Zara's green.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And you see Tamea looks up briefly at you walking in, goes back to whatever she was writing down in her notes, versus Zara is just like openly chuckling and laughing. And
Lucille is?
Lucille is the one with red hair.
Sorry, no, color Aja?
Oh, color Aja. I don't know if it's been mentioned, but she is a gray Aja. Yes. And she pulls you up off the ground and goes, "Oh dear, there's no need for that. As long as we're not screaming, I think we're okay to go by our real names. It's good to hear your voice. For real this time, not just, in the... Oh.
It's a pretty cool trick, eh?
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is spunky Aes Sedai, Lior. This is a real strong energy.
I was going to say, I thought they were more like the elders, but they are not very elderly-like.
Yeah, you think elders, and you look and you go back to the one that is alternating between reading a book and writing in a notebook, and you go, ah, there you go.
There's my elder.
But she goes, oh, Cash, what brings you here? I mean, I know it was your mission, but we all assumed that you'd just given up.
No, I took a bit of a detour. When I was making my way here, there were quite a few obstacles, believe it or not. The typical, the children, and, yeah, and we had some business, and I look at Leo and say, with Waygate not too far away, couple little hiccups, but made it here eventually.
And she looks up at you and goes like, and just goes straight up and takes your hand and goes, "Thank you for keeping my girl safe. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Lucille."
Well, your name sings in my ear, Lucille. I am Leo.
And yours and mine. You did your accent. It's contagious. She goes, "Now, you got any good information? I mean, you've been on this beat for a lot longer than any of us have."
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride. I'm not sure how much information I've picked up, if not all the information I have now that I'm here. At the time, we had numbers. I had an idea how many of the dragon's followers were here, but now to see it, I think this is more than I could have ever imagined. It's good to see you here, though. When did you get here?
Well, I've only been here for about a couple of weeks. It hasn't been too long.
Did you all arrive at the same time?
No. There's been some trickling in. There's been some trickling in. And Zara pipes up and goes, "Yeah, we've been here for quite a while, actually.
Really?
Yep, sort of the advanced guard."
That's great. How'd you find it? How did you pull this off?
Oh, we got our ways.
I know you do, but I want to know them. That's nice.
Yeah, and she sort of just points to like where a ring would be. Goes like, "Not yet."
Okay. All right.
Not yet.
That's nice. I'm gonna look at Tamia and I'm gonna walk over to her and say, Tamia, it's good to see you. How have the roads been?
Cold.
Have you been here a long time?
No.
Who did you travel with?
Lucille.
All right. Okay. Where is I forget her name. The blue.
Amelie.
Amelie. Is Amelie going to join us, or is she out doing something?
I'd imagine at some point.
All right. Well, it's good to see you, Tamia.
Please, I have much work to do.
I can tell. Yes.
Speaking of, perhaps my apologies if I don't follow necessarily all the decorum that you have with each other, but what is your work here?
I'm afraid that's business of the White Tower, my friend.
Well, then why would you send one of your own and then come here yourselves? It seems redundant.
Well, she took too long.
I mean, I feel like we were pretty hasty.
You'll see Paige at this point just like looking at her feet.
You're thinking pretty hasty at the same time as Paige is thinking, we just kind of chilled in the Dancing Goose for like weeks. And that was after you'd been there for weeks.
Hasty.
The tower needed information and they needed it now.
All right, then. Well, I just feel like there's so many of you.
Yes.
It's hard. I mean, aren't you afraid?
Why do you think there's so many of us? We're in a bit of an unprecedented pickle here. In the face of insurmountable power, if something goes awry and we're found out. And you see at this, like, they do sort of like all get a bit more serious. The warder is sitting up off of the bed that he's been sitting on and sort of, doing the very casual but very intentional, listen in around the perimeter. If anything were to be found out, we would need all of our strength just to try and escape with our lives. No, we're here to be an advance guard for when things need to be neutralized.
Have you been able to gain any information while you're here?
I'm afraid not much. I've not been here long enough to gain any information, really, but it's more a matter of just making sure that we can slip past any of the questions that he might have. And to this, like, when I was describing her face as more lined than you're used to seeing it, you could see that her and Tamea especially clearly have had, like, extensive makeup that they're putting on to make it look like they have somewhat creased brows and wrinkles.
Okay.
Because that their faces to be ageless.
Yeah.
Especially Tamea Sedai, it's pretty astounding to you that she's left the tower. She is older than most of the history books that she researches. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a surprise to see her here. But you could see that they've like made themselves out to sort of like avoid detection just even visually.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. We've stumbled upon a strange, I would say, lead where it seems that some of the followers of the dragon have been the false dragon have been coerced into joining his cause.
Right.
We believe it has something to do with a fellow called Arik. Have you met with him?
He's the short one who's got quite an opinion about himself and quite the charming accent.
That's the one.
Nailed it.
Yes.
That's hardly a surprise. And it's hardly a surprise to see that any sort of prisoners of war are being kept in a camp.
It's true. It's just interesting, having met with Logain himself.
You've met with Logain yourself.
Ah, you see, we were trying to sneak in, and
And that didn't go so well, did it?
it did not. It was going well until we were caught. So it was like a 50-50.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
If only she had learnt other tricks. Might be helpful, I'm just saying.
It just gives you a really blank stare. Goes, I haven't the faintest idea of what you're talking about.
yep, still practicing them. Gonna get there one day. But we were caught, and having spoken to him, it was strange hearing his side of the story, where he believes that he's bringing to life a prophecy that is inevitable.
He's on about the Carathon cycle, isn't he?
That's what it is.
Of
Exactly.
course, every self-important noble that thinks that they're the dragon is going to cite these prophecies and say that they're the only one that it could be.
That's exactly what it sounded like. He quoted it as if he was the only person who could fulfill this prophecy.
If you're mad enough to declare yourself the dragon, you kind of have to have a bit of a confidence to you.
I think it comes part and parcel with the abilities, I guess. But he seemed fairly convinced that he was the one. With that, he believed that his message was for only those who wanted to join. He seemed to say that all those who were being held here against their will were free to leave, which we all found quite shocking, because we were under the impression it was the opposite. Prisoners of war were captured and held and detained here. And after asking around a bit, we believe Arik might be the one to be holding them here.
At this point, Zara pipes up and goes, it's all well and good to have an idealist at the top, but I often find that middle management does ruin everything. It's a great ideal to, not want to take any prisoners and just recruit those that wish to join the cause, but if he thinks that he's the dragon, then he must think that he's going to fight at the last battle, and well, at that point you're either with him or against him, so seems like taking prisoners is an inevitability, don't you think?
It makes sense when you put it that way. It was just interesting to hear him believe that he was a benevolent and generous and open leader when, who knows, he could be anything but that.
And what do you think? Do you think him to be benevolent, generous, charismatic?
I've met him only but twice, I believe, and his charisma definitely seems to be one of his strong suits. He's a very persuasive individual, although I don't... I can see through that with my extremely high insight, and
I'm sure you can. And her and her ward are like...
But I don't really have a judgment. To be honest, I'm quite shocked with how he came out with this rhetoric. I believed I had an idea of what type of man he would be, and this correction, I think, just means that we have to treat him differently. I don't think that... I think he might be more open to listening to us than keeping us as prisoners. And as a result, him listening to us might get us further. Do you know what I'm saying?
I've got an idea. Certainly seems to be a bit of a dangerous horse to be following, if you catch my meaning. What do you think about it, Lior? What's your opinion on this dragon reborn that we've found ourselves in the presence of?
I mean, is it really my place? He is one of yours, and...
Oh, he's far from one of ours.
well, he's the dragon and the members of Tarvalon are almost married, and they always will be, whether you like that or not. But he seems to mean well, even if what is being done is not necessarily the case. It would be interesting to see what would happen should the true vipers be taken care of.
Well, that's the interesting thing about meaning well. You can mean as well as you want if you're an avalanche, but you're still gonna bury every village in your way.
That's one way to put it.
Sometimes with proper maintenance, you can control the mountainside such that the avalanche doesn't harm anyone. That it just rolls down the hill. Powerful, yes, but not out of control.
You've read stories of the breaking, I'd imagine.
I have.
And I know that you're supposed to have read stories of the breaking.
Hypothetically.
You see the other Aes Sedai shake their head, and Lucille just smiles and goes, This isn't something that you can just let tire itself out on the mountainside. If the mountain's coming down, so's the whole world with it. At about this point, the flap opens up, and walking back in is this shorter woman, Amelie Sedai of the Blue, who walks in and goes, "Oh, visitors. Kashmiri? Good to
Sister?
see you, sister. And I'm sorry, your name? My name is Amelie Sedai.
I'm Leo.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleasure.
You've taken your time arriving here.
I've been detained at times. We rode as fast as we could, but we've had some troubles on the road, as I'm sure we all have,
Of course.
or the river, depending on what was available.
Fascinating. Now, we all have things that we need to do to keep ourselves busy and make sure that eyes don't fall upon us, but maybe this evening we can have a chat about some of these difficulties on these roads or rivers.
Sure, I'm open to a chat. We can do that. Not a problem.
Wonderful.
Perhaps just a question then before we leave. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps there is no safe space from the avalanche. And so perhaps the wisest thing is not to stick around until it comes crashing down. You mentioned being the start to neutralize the threat.
Right.
Is there a timeline on that we should be aware of to know when to make ourselves scarce?
I'm afraid I don't have any specifics.
Do I
Can I
believe her?
insight check that?
Yeah.
Do I like?
Sure, you can make an insight check.
I wanna know, is she,
insight
like-
check as well?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a 28.
28.
It's a 19 plus 9.
It was like I was a 19 plus 0. 28?
as good as I can get
I
without
could
an
cast
at 20.
detect thoughts and not get as much as that.
Wow. I mean,
Do you want to text me and I give him my phone or something?
so you kind of both sort of see through you just out of familiarity and knowing how the truth is malleable in certain circumstances. I'm afraid I don't have any specifics. You know, really, what is specific is really a question of the eye of the beholder.
Spoken like a true Aes Sedai. Excellent.
Yeah, and you very much gather the same thing, and find it almost like jarring that you've been traveling with an accepted who doesn't even have to abide by these rules of truthfulness, and yet in a first interaction, somehow someone who has sworn an oath is better at getting around the truth than Paige.
Yeah. Mind-blowing, truly.
Yeah.
It's because you guys push me. It's not fair.
I'm learning.
gang up on me.
He threw me to the ground and yelled at me.
I should just say I don't want to talk about it, and you should accept that forever.
I cast dissonant whispers and go to sleep.
And she says, right, then, well, I think we'd all best be off before it's noticed that we're having a bit of a intimate conversation.
Yes, of course, sister. Quick question. How is Adelaide today?
Ooh. I mean, I haven't seen her in quite a bit of time since I had to travel to get here, but she wasn't too happy with you last time I spoke to her.
Yes, that's pretty typical.
Sounds about right.
Yep. All right.
Aye. Lior, pleased to meet you.
Indeed.
And she'll let you guys walk out, and then...
I'm gonna say, like, sisters, I bid you adieu. Lucille, I think there's something, and I'm gonna go, like, reach behind her back and just, like, sneak a hug. And then I'm gonna...
And when you hug her, she says, I need to know about your friends. You gotta tell me everything. I'm fascinated.
Of course, Lucille. I can't wait.
And she lets you leave, and with a twinkle in her eye. But yeah, and you guys head back out of there. You have, I think you could probably walk with Sammy back to the war tent if you so wish. I think you go in and they're sort of in conversation. Sammy might have just like sort of dipped out and been like, I probably need to go check in. He was out all morning. I'll say, unless there's anything you guys wanted to check out in the interim, it would be like later in the afternoon when you would meet up with Logain.
Would I just
Yeah.
be able to try and find a moment of discretion with Paige?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sure.
Just to... Yeah.
In the smallest of debriefs.
Yeah.
Paige, what are they all doing here?
Lior, I have no idea. I am as shocked as you are to see this many Aes Sedai in the camp of the false dragon.
I mean, it's so weird that they're hiding in plain sight. It feels absurd.
All together in the same tent. It's...
You guys, your stage whispers aren't stagey enough.
I can get closer to the microphone.
I just thought Zach was feeling very cozy with me and rubbing my back this time. I'm like, oh, thank you, Zach. How did you know?
No worries.
No, I was I'm truly shocked to see this many of them here. I'm wary.
We're not here for this, right? No, cool.
No, that's right.
We don't know what their intentions are. They made sure that you gave them as much information as they could get out of you, and they didn't say a word.
Yes, that's how it always feels with them. Since a couple nights ago, we spoke about, since I spoke about my travels, I've wondered a bit about what the intentions of the Aes Sedai are and how they line up with my intentions, or what I believe their intentions to be. And I'm realizing I don't know anything about them. About us. And it's upsetting. I feel like I'm on the outside of a group of friends, you know?
At the very least, you know that at some point, if they know there is someone who has proclaimed himself the dragon who can channel, they're going to have to neutralize that person.
Yes, sorry.
At the very
sense,
yes, but like what this initial team is.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
Yeah, no. That is something I do know. The letter that Tal cracked the other night. Tal said that Tal noticed that the code was to only trust the blues. The blues, in that... I am whispering. I'm doing this for you. The blues. And I'm not sure what the others are here for. I'm not sure what is happening behind the scenes that I might not be privy to. I'm nervous, Lior. I don't know why Adelaide was that curious. Lucille was that curious. She's been like a big sister to me ever since I met her, and she's fantastic, and I don't know who she is anymore.
Well, we should remember the letter. There is only one of them that is blue. Perhaps you can seek some answers there.
I'll be having a chat with her tonight.
So I would like you guys to both roll me a stealth check. If you were trying to find a spot that is like secluded away from conversation in a war camp. It's one thing if you guys were just like, hey, that was crazy, right? But the moment that you're going like, only trust the blues, like totally.
A lot of if I were to feel like I'm too close to a tent that I don't know who's on the side of, I would use my telepathic connection.
Forget about it because you have that ability. Yeah, 100%.
So I could do it, but as soon as I'm speaking sensitive information that I know is sensitive, I'm resorting to the
great. That
the mind phone.
Totally negates it for sure.
Okay.
I would just say we should tell Dirk, because if he finds out, not from us, he is going to break and run, and who knows what damage that will cause.
I agree. I think for his safety and in a way for ours, all four of us, he should know.
Great. While they're off, you guys, Sammy sort of goes, hey Tal, I gotta get back to the war tent. Are you guys good for the afternoon? We'll see you later, maybe.
Do you want to see him later?
What?
If you want.
Are you gonna be with the dragon when we go on our walk?
Maybe. I just know I've been sort of missing from meetings all morning, so.
Yeah, you've been missing from your brother's life for a good amount of time now, too.
Okay, man, hey. We literally just talked about having to keep up a bit of a, pretense right now, so feels like important work that we have to do.
Sorry.
But point taken.
Good.
Yeah.
In the sake of pretext, and I sock him like right in the sternum, say, I can't believe you, and walk away.
You like
Stunning strike.
I mean, you used to like. Sammy was probably like an older brother to you when you were like 6 or 7, and he was like still at home, and like that would be the one that
Was he the second oldest?
Now, what's the age
So he's like
difference?
second or third. It's a pretty solid age gap.
I think
between
the
them.
only brother we've not talked to is Oliver.
Yeah.
And he's younger than Felix.
There's another brother?
Yeah, we're just Oliver got written into another thread of the pattern. He's not here. It's just not happening. It's too many. But he's one of the older brothers.
He's younger than Felix, but older than Julian and Cyrus and Otto.
Yes. So there's a fair age gap there, and then accounting for sisters as well.
There's 2 sisters between Samuel and Cyrus and Otto.
Your parents really love each other.
They do.
But like there's memories of you like as a kid, like sort of like him being the one to go and get you down when you're like hiding on top of like a hay bale, and then he catches you and you're like punching him and beating him up, and he's just used to taking it, so when you go for the punch he just takes it, but you're so monkishly strong now that you just bash him and he very much like Dragon Ball Z slides back several feet and goes, ugh! We gotta set new ground rules. You're gonna break my sternum, man.
I think you're out of practice.
Yeah, I think you're crazy. And
See you later.
See ya. Love you. And turns around and sort of catches his breath and walks over towards the central tent. Are you guys like chatting about anything before they make their way back?
He'll come around.
Should have asked him where I could find some hot chocolate.
Oh, that shouldn't be too hard. Hot chocolate!
I'll look at the guards who've been following us.
The guards don't say much, but like 8 moms peek out of tents and go, "Who needs hot chocolate? Hot cocoa?" Running out. Finally.
Like hopping from foot to foot.
Yes. And they have one of their kids deliver it to you, and they're doing their own hot cocoa dance. It's a little bit crazier. It's kind of like that thing in Arrested Development where everyone's got a different chicken impression. You're doing your hot cocoa, and the other one's going hot cocoa. It's just out of time. You're watching this going,
love it.
What? But eventually they do rejoin you. And you guys have sort of an afternoon, just chill around the camp, see what's going on. People are coming up and introducing themselves, and in large part introducing themselves to you, because you are an anomaly here, you know? And some people are coming over apologetically and going, "Hi, I got to apologize because I think there were some real wild boys caused some trouble at us steading near where our last camp was, and so I really do apologize from us to you."
Apology accepted.
You could tell that they're very relieved when you do their apology. Like,
On behalf of a setting that is not mine.
yes, they're like, yes, he speaks for his people for sure.
I burned down a house across town. I'm so sorry. It's not my house.
But yeah, people are milling around. People are coming over and saying hi, trying to welcome you into the fold. Seeing that the guards are a little bit less like eyes locked on you now that they've seen Sammy walking around with you. The guards are a little bit more like, oh, they got a little bit stressed when you Falcon punched him, but seeing him react to it normally, they're like, I guess they're good.
Watching you do your hot cocoa dance, they lost all.
Oh, non-threatening. We're good.
But
They must be hella confused with some people calling me she, like straight up referring to me as Sammy's brother.
yeah.
The gender is mixed.
Yeah. You have introduced the idea of like gender being a social construct to this
Yes.
continent
Yes, I
in this
have.
story, by just virtue of us forgetting what to say. But the afternoon passes, and eventually you guys do go back to where the central war tent is, and at the entrance there's a guard posted, and as he sees you walking in, he goes, "Lord Dragon, your guests are here," and you hear a "let them in" through the flap. Pulls back the tent flaps, and you see that the 5 of them are sort of convened around this central table with sort of an idea of a topographical map of the area. And you see that
Who are the 5? Dragon.
Eric, Sammy,
John.
Lena, John,
Matthew.
Mark,
Solomon.
but you see that they're all gathered around the table. Lena is sort of like a step back and just shaking her head a little bit, and Logain's going, "I'm not sure about this, Samuel. You really sure that this is the best course of action?" He goes, "Listen, I know it seems imposing, but the wall is the best way to move east, and be sure that you have no one on your tail. No one's going to want to traverse Garen's wall."
As in crossing out of Gildane?
That is what you would infer with your knowledge. He goes, "That's going to be your best move." Eric's going, "I don't know, Samuel. I think that, quite frankly, we could have an easier route of it if we just went south. We could steer clear of the towns, or they could steer clear of us, I think." He goes, "No." You could tell right away that he's a little bit short with Eric and maybe trying to hold his composure. And he goes, "No, there's a greater risk of running into the Legion there, Eric. We go by the wall. That is the best way. And then we just make our way through Altara, through Mirandi, and keep working our way." And the 2 of them are starting to have a bit of an argument. And John just goes, "Would be hardly a good idea for the Legion to stop us. If it's a fight they want, it's not a fight that's going to go well for them." And Sam's going, "No, it's not. We don't want a fight. No, I'm just saying it would go in our..." And they're sort of bickering about directions, and Logain goes, folds up the map and goes, Another time, perhaps. Hello! Good day to you all. My apologies again for the sort of forced arrangements, but I understand that I hope that you've had some comfort in our camp.
If you care for the people of this land at all, you'll go by the wall.
Sammy just, puffs up. He goes, right. It's nearly untraversable, which means it's the path of most and least resistance at the same time. It's not a terrible idea. And now I do feel I've been incredibly rude. I don't believe I've learned any of your names.
I'm Paige. Paige Bundelberg.
Pleased to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
And you would prefer to be called
Tal.
Tal. Pleased to meet you.
Easier that way.
Sure.
I'll look at Sammy.
Yeah. Sammy is still struggling with Tal because he's called you Tala for a million years. He goes, and I believe you've given me your name, Leo.
That is correct.
Yes. Your name sings in my ears.
As does yours, in mine.
And yours?
Dirk.
Sorry, that one more time?
I'm Dirk. Dirk.
Dirk.
Yeah.
Just Dirk?
Yeah, for now. Yeah.
All right. It could be just Dirk for now. Now, I feel awful that I've cooped you up for so long. Would you care to join me for a walk outside? And I would warn you to wear your coats, because I can keep things a little bit warm in here, but unfortunately, only applies so far, and it's quite a cold one out there, I've heard.
I'll put on my miner's coat from Johanna and be like, where's your coat, Paige?
Not nice.
I feel like there's a thing where you didn't get to get a coat that you wanted.
I didn't even want the coat.
I don't need to roll insight for that. And he says to you as you're getting ready, he doesn't slide up close to you. He's giving you space or whatever, but he goes, I think that you have an appreciation for how wonderful this country is, and it is quite a lovely view from outside of here.
You are of this land.
I am indeed, although I'm afraid to say I spent most of it cooped up in my family's manor. I've seen more of this land in the last 2 years than I have in all the time leading up to it. Come, let's be off. And you could see they all look a little bit, various degrees of flummox that he's just packed up from this planning session to go and not do that.
Go for a walk.
Yeah. Sammy says, if it's all right with you, Logain, I think I'd like to join. If it's all right with all of you. Logain looks to you as you nod. He goes, of course, Samuel, please. And they set off.
Samuel.
Yeah. He goes, I know, I feel like I'm always in trouble or something like that. He only calls me Samuel.
Zachary?
Very much the Zachary effect.
Oh, no.
And you guys...
Is that a wisdom saving throw I gotta do?
You guys set off from there. The remaining 3 members of the council, Lena just giving you a curt nod. John got sort of just his eyes passing over you. And Eric going, all right, well, y'all have a great time out there. Do bundle up. It's quite frigid. All right.
I actively roll my eyes when he starts talking and just turn around and walk out.
When you see one of his hairs that has been smooth flat goes, and his eye twitches a little bit.
I mean, it hurts me to ask again, but we've heard not good things about this guy. Can I make an insight check on, how, does that seem sincere, or does it seem snide?
Sure.
Tal just assumes it's snide.
Yeah. Yeah, you do that and he goes, teens.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Hard to read.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Hard to read. Seems pretty sincere.
Eric, could I borrow a coat? Do you mind? I seem to have forgotten mine in the capital, and it's been chilly ever since.
I'm sorry, you forgot your you forgot your coat in the capital, and you came how long north without a coat?
No, I have a coat. It's just not for this weather.
It's
much
like
for
a
the
it's
south.
like a fall jacket.
That's-
You need a pajar.
That's what I need.
Is that how you pronounce it?
A pajar is
That's how
exactly.
he pronounces it. And he comes out with a really warm jacket and goes, "Here, looks like we're probably about the same size." And it's not. He's not a tall man, but he's a large man, and you're absolutely swimming in this thing. He goes, "Okay."
As I put it on and I get close to him,
Sure.
Can I look at him to discern anything that he might have that is slightly unnatural, or is he just very much a
Surface thoughts?
Like visibly?
visibly?
Visibly yeah, sure. Give me an perception, because you're not going. So it's not investigation. So it's gonna be perception.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out is he really who he seems to be presenting himself? Is he putting on an act? Is there something that's happening? When you cast minor illusion, there's like a investigation check that you can kind of figure out or something. It's not that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to discern him as a person. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. It doesn't matter because I rolled an 11. So.
Yeah, you were really fighting for that. I was like, I don't think you rolled well. No, he looks like a squat guy who might be like kind of in his early 40s, who is very much a people person, and he kind of doesn't stop talking. You know, one of the kind of people that if he has an ear, he'll talk into it until it falls off of that person.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yep.
Oh God.
Dirk, roll me as your ear falls. No, you don't have to. You don't have to do that. But you guys set off out of the camp, taking less of a like a pretty direct route. You're not like winding your way to the area that you came in from. You know, that's just where Sammy sleeps. There's other ways to get in and out of here. And as you're approaching a barrier that you don't see, Logain stops and goes, brace yourselves. I think it is quite bad out there. And to that point, you can sort of see, like, if you're squinting, it's kind of hard because it is a forest, but you do see some snow falling, 5 feet in front of you, but not directly at you. And when you all step across this boundary, it's freezing. It is cold, 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 cold.
Excuse me, Mr. Brad.
Zachary.
Is it only Logain with us right now?
Logain and Sammy.
Logain and Sammy, that's the only two. Okay.
Yeah. Those are the two that are with you right now.
This is your chance, Dirk.
This is the battle map.
And you guys sort of like cut through the forest and walk through, and you do see like some guards huddled up in their cloaks who are on their rotation, either coming in or going out at the same time. A lot of them do just like put their closed fist over the sigil that they have, the stylized D, and they say, "Lord Dragon." And he goes, good day, good day.
I want to point to the first guy who does that, and I go, that's the guy who told us how to get in the camp.
Roll me a luck check.
16.
16? Do you want it to be sword guy?
No.
Okay,
no.
you don't want to do it to sword
No,
guy.
no.
Tahal's gonna turn around and be like, Dirk, that's how you get people killed.
Sorry, he's not. Trust me, he's not
He goes,
the guy.
Lord Dragon, I beseech you.
I'm just joking, sir.
He goes, that's pretty terrible. You're doing a fine job. Keep it up. And then as he leaves, he goes, it's not bad. It's not a bad joke. High stakes, but pretty good. And again, you're sort of following him and seeing this like aura surrounding him, and you guys are all huddling up from the cold to a certain degree, but you see that it's not like the snow is not touching him or anything like that, but he is not shivering, he is not shaking, he is full of a warmth that only you understand.
I'll probably like unconsciously probably not like get next to him, but if I was like at the back or in the middle, I'd probably like go up to the front and just be closer to him.
Sure. And as you're walking up, you eventually do get to this opening out of the forest, and there are like small little like rock formations, one of them that leads to like somewhat of a lookout, snow drifts, but above all else, just an open plain with mountains in the distance, sort of a corridor of trees making its way to this setting sun that is just starting to reach the mountains of mist. He goes, It is quite beautiful. I feel that they keep me locked up so often in my tent to make important decisions that I sometimes fear that I might forget what world it is that I'm fighting for. And this just gestures out the sunset. This is too precious to lose.
What does the prophecy say about the breaking of the world?
They speak in somewhat of an abstraction. All that is known is that Luce Theron would be born again, spun back out by the wheel, and that the dragon would break the world again to either doom it or save it. And I intend to do my best to save it, but I'm afraid the specifics are a little bit dicey.
Dicey is the right word.
Why were you locked up in your home estate as a kid? Locked up might be the wrong word.
I wasn't so much locked up. My family lived in a very remote section of the Mountains of Mist. One that is so removed from the political goings-on that one could hardly say that it is even a part of Gildan in all but name, but we had some renown and some repute in the city. As a legacy, we maintained a noble status. It wasn't so much that I was locked up, more that there was nowhere else to go. Up in the mountains, we had our community, but it's such a dangerous trek to go anywhere else that... Well, I'd been to Johanna one time as a child, when Johannan was being sworn in as king. But the more that time went on, the more I realized that I had no idea of what it actually looked like. Just the perspective of a child looking up at something greater than himself. So no, most of my time was spent on top of one mountain.
Most of my time was spent on one farm.
Hmm.
But now that I've been out, I'm not going to let anyone keep me from being out. Does that make sense?
No, I understand that. I think that there's a freedom in having the space that we all deserve.
Don't let them stop you from seeing the sunrises. Don't let them stop you from talking to every new face who joins your cause and checking in and make sure that everyone's okay. Because there's people in your camp who aren't.
If we can speak frankly,
It's the only way I know how.
tell me exactly what it is that's on your mind. If you don't trust your friends, and if you don't trust your brother, then that's a problem greater than myself, I'm afraid. But looks around. The only people that are close by are a couple of cloaked guards walking at a far distance beyond earshot from you guys. He goes, I would like to know if there's a problem that you think I should be aware of within my ranks.
There are people in your camp who were given no choice but to be there. I wasn't here when they came, but you should ask yourself who brought them, and I'll look at Sammy.
And he looks at Sammy and goes, So he's been using that magic mouth of his on me, too. And Sammy goes, Yeah, you and I both. He had us both pretty convinced. And Logain goes, And I think I had gotten you to make an insight check on him last night when he was saying like, I have no desire to be in any sort of business like that, and you read like
shade of
sincerity and a shade of guilt.
Yeah.
You could tell that this is maybe something that he
Had an inkling about it?
had an inkling could be happening, but didn't want to. Almost like if you don't talk about it, it's not real.
No.
You could tell that that is sort of the... Well, right as we're about to march, this is hardly great timing. I think the men are quite fond of him. But it must be done. It's not a movement if it's split in two directions. That's just chaos. I don't wish to bring chaos.
Breaking the world's not going to bring chaos? Even if it's a good breaking?
I should say I don't wish to bring chaos yet. If that makes sense.
Better.
There's a lot of real crazy stuff in these. I don't quite frankly understand all of the prophecies, but
I don't know any of the prophecies. I have been practicing capital letters, though.
capital letters, good for you. No, not a hint of condescension.
This dude is just too real. He's just too goddamn human.
Whoa, dropped my spicy dice. He says, while he's talking about like military stuff, he takes and the men follow him. He takes a look over at you and goes, "Now, I don't wish to presume, Dirk, but I assume that you're a man of arms of some degree?"
Yeah, I trained most of my life.
Right.
He's almost as good as me.
Yeah, that's why I follow you for protection. Yeah, sure.
I have a question about our defenses that I wouldn't mind bouncing off of you.
All right, yeah.
Come, I'll show you. Would you mind following me?
Not at all. I'm Bob, and I'm kind of pumped about this.
Sure.
I am bobbing right along beside Dirk.
Yeah, sure. Totally.
I give the eyebrows to Leo, like,
I missed the eyebrows. Literally on the balls of my feet.
I have way too much eyebrows, and so you can't see if there's any movement going on. It's
just your head.
As the three of them sort of like walk off towards like this higher like ledge that has been built out of rocks and snow, Sammy just is standing between the two of you, shivering, and Sammy walks up and goes, "So what's going on there? what's this? What's this?" Pointing to
Tal
and Dirk.
Okay.
I was like, what?
I saw that ceremony spell. Yeah, I realized that was not clear at all.
I mean, is it really any of your business?
He's gonna say, I mean, I know things are a little bit fraught, and that was a harsh reunion, but I think definitely it's my business.
I think Tal can take care of themselves. Yes, different pronouns.
Yeah.
Yes. It still applies to normal people. I hope you know that.
Yeah, it's a bad faith argument when people say that. It is. He goes, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, she's clearly been putting in some work with Byron, but
she wants to join the wall.
The Legion of the Wall.
The Legion of the Wall. I think the wall. I can...
the
Legion.
I
of
work
the
for
wall.
them. I know what it means.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Hence the hair. Oh, okay.
He did not want to end up wed off to some farmer. Decided to leave home and join his brothers. You and the others.
Mm-hmm. And so, I guess when couldn't meet up with one of his brothers, and looking over, Logain's got like an arm on your shoulder as he's walking you up, and you're sort of like bobbing along right behind them. Okay, I see exactly. Yeah. Okay. Great. Great. That's fine. But Logain's walking up with you and sort of sees that you're coming along too. He goes, "Sure, we could always use a third set of eyes."
Oh,
Third set of eyes.
was I not supposed to?
Oh,
No, by all means, by all means.
it's military stuff, but if you know it, I mean, you're trying to join. Dirk's having like an internal monologue where he's like, "You don't want Tal to join the army, but if she wants, this is how."
I'm just happy to listen.
Right? Yeah. Excellent.
And so he'll walk you up onto like this ledge, and it is really nice. Like the sun is very much beginning to start to go red and take the sky in that direction with it. Even in the winter, it's a clear enough day that it's a beautiful sunset, and it just frames a still landscape, save for like a couple of elk you see trotting across the field, a couple of guards walking in their like thick cloaks, so really huddled up in the cold.
Do we ever see Sword Guy?
Give me a perception check.
13. No, that would be insight. 8.
You won't see him till it's too late. But he walks up over here and goes, "Now you've mentioned that you knew that we were leaving when I gave you a 5-day timeline.
It was a good guess, yeah.
I don't think that's a good guess. I think that's a very astute observation.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Dirk's not a very common name.
Oh, I guess I didn't notice. Now that you mention it.
Has your father sent you?
Oh. Do you know my father?
Tal will stop bouncing.
I know of your father, Dirk.
I'm not here because of him.
I'm plugged in enough, even in the state I'm in now, to know that there was some disappearance of one of Lord Commander Talon's sons. I just want to make sure that this isn't some long plan.
I didn't plan to actually come here until really I ran just before into Tal. I left my father years ago, and I haven't heard from him since.
I don't worry too much about you, Dirk. I don't want you to think that I'm coming for you in any sort of meaningful way.
Total insight check.
You can make an insight check, yeah.
Can I make an insight?
You can make an insight check.
Can I make it? No, I'm not there.
No.
18 plus 2
Samuel,
for 20.
shut
Come on, guys!
20.
I'm reading lips.
11, and all of my dice have betrayed me. Metal one, you're up next.
Seems sincere. He says, "You've got something of a... You have a way about you that... I don't know. I feel like you're destined for some great thing."
I think I already turned that down, but I appreciate what you see in me. Do you see anything else?
Now, what else would I be seeing, Dirk?
I don't know.
Kick Dirk in the ankle.
Tal, hey, you're here. Yeah.
It's at this point that you're having this conversation that you just hear a faint, like falling snow off of a tree branch. And
I look around.
Yeah.
Sure. You turn around and you see what looks to be one of these cloaked, one of these cloaked watchers, bundled up in their black cloak, sort of at the very like edge of this cliff section, bundled up in the cold. And Logain looks and goes, Whose duty do you report to? And before he can finish his sentence, the cloak, they start to unravel the cloak, and it opens up and opens and opens, impossibly large. A set of black wings with a ghoulish face, with red lips and sharp teeth.
Always trust your instincts.
That goes and looks at you with a ghastly smile and goes to open its mouth as the three of you hear just like this and turn and look, and over a snowdrift there is another, and you see from behind the stone drift 2 other humanoid beings stand up. I say humanoid, they look like people. Stand up and start rushing towards you as the word leaves your mouth and leaves Logain's mouth at the same time as they just say, Shrekar. And I need you guys to roll for initiative. And we're going to get that map set up.
Yes.
This is such a colossal initiative round. Jeez. Okay, as just bad times. You see these horrifying creatures of nightmare emerge. Lior, you might have an idea and be expecting what these look like. I don't think for Dirk or Tao that is even a possibility. We've sort of established that you sometimes pay attention during lessons. Drakkar, not the most common of the shadow spawn. So this is just a horrifying, again, about like 6 foot tall looking humanoid person. Just like gray skin, 2 big red lips, and sharp teeth as they start and clicking a little bit. But unfortunately, it's gonna be Tal starting. I rolled really good on initiative too, so I am just over the moon and happy for you. Tal, go ahead.
I
Run around the map twice.
yes, correct. I see one big scary thing up here, with 2 powerful people, and I see 2 down there with my brother, who I recently worried was dead. So I'm gonna like step this way. Mm-hmm. Boom, boom. I'm gonna like kind of like smack Dirk on the arm as I go and say, "Got this."
Go.
And I will step of the wind to take off.
Okay.
No.
Off the cliff.
Mario
Slow
Bros.
fall.
You might have to.
My God.
The whole 9.
Crouching tiger, hidden dragon, the running in the air. Yes,
I will
yes.
fully do that.
5,
10, 15.
20,
Yeah.
25, that's wonky, 30,
Yes, that's correct.
35, 40. Where are you going?
And then 45.
45
because I have
is your
45 feet of
movement
movement.
speed,
And then step of the wind.
so it's doubled.
Will double my action, so another 45.
Yeah.
What are you going for?
I'm going for the closest one.
Those are 2
5,
guards.
10,
Yeah, so
15,
those are 2
25.
guards.
30, 35.
Oh, are they? But they're bad guards. Oh, my bad.
They
40
rose up at the same time and started running towards you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're bad guy guards. Hidden guards
in a
running
threatening
towards
way?
us. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, I'd like to. Okay, so they're still guards, and they're still. And as I run by Sammy, and I say, "Protect Paige."
Outsourced.
I'm sensing a
yet
pre-existing
again.
dynamic. Finally, you guys have someone to protect Paige, so you guys can all go have fun.
And I'm gonna stand
If
right there
Sammy
because I
leaves me,
don't want to be beside
gonna write
both
a
of them right
letter.
away.
Okay, sure.
And so
I think.
Yeah.
Eric.
Bastard.
so that was my bonus action.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wail on him
Okay.
as my action.
Cool.
Do I have anything that I need to remember? Right.
Just make some attacks.
Cool.
2 attacks.
Natural 17
Okay,
plus
that'll-
stuff.
That'll hit.
Do you make that a stunning strike?
Beg your pardon?
Do you make it a stunning strike?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I make it a stunning strike. It's,
You know, maybe we can let everyone remember their own OP abilities.
Just wondering there.
Zachary.
we're still at a 3 proficiency bonus, right?
We're still
Yes.
at 3, yeah.
Cool. So that's a wisdom saving throw?
It's a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I think it's a
Constitution?
con.
Oh, my bad,
Saving
my bad,
throw.
my bad. It's my wisdom creates
Yes.
the
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Dope.
What is your DC?
14.
Fails.
Oh, that's still good. That's really good.
Dope.
14's pretty
I'm
low.
gonna whail him again, this time with advantage because
Yeah.
he's stunned.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bing.
Yes, he's stunning.
15?
Impossibly, after you stun him, it misses.
And because I used a key, I can do another attack as my part of my bonus action.
You've already used
You've
your
already
bonus
used your
action.
bonus action.
But it was to.
Step of the wind.
Step of the wind.
So then, how does that work?
So you,
Okay,
you
so
can
so
use
if
flurry
I
of
had
blows.
if I'd used flurry, no, not flurry of blows. If I
if you
had
had
used
a hit, you could use
stunning
a key point.
strike, gives me another attack, but not if I've already used.
Is this an open hand thing?
No.
No, you can attack once as a bonus action as a monk.
Yeah.
Or you can do
but
flurry
I
of
thought it
blows
was
and get two attacks.
if key was used.
No. It just generally you can attack once as a bonus action
Yeah.
as a monk.
So I have bonus action unarmed strike when attack action is taken.
Yeah.
Yep.
And bonus action attack if key is used. I will come back to that.
Yeah,
Then.
come back to that. 'cause I don't think
Yeah,
that's a
is
thing.
that a
Come
weird
back.
Tasha's thing?
I didn't think so.
What is the name of the ability?
I don't know. I'd have to find it. I just wrote BA attack if key is
Look
used.
that up for me, but I don't recall that being a
Cool.
thing.
Yeah.
No, it's
Um,
if you use key, you can then use one of your open palm things.
If you use your
Because you use key to get flurry of blows.
When you hit a creature with one of the attacks granted by your flurry of blows, you can use open hand techniques. So if you use a key
No, it
point
has
to...
nothing to do with my open hand techniques. Or
Okay,
else I would've
so then
written
it's
it with
something.
my
I
open
don't
hand
think it's a thing
techniques.
then.
Okay.
Or something else.
But you to that point, you strike out, and with such a strong open hand, come to cut down on a shoulder. But what does the damage of the stunning is not your hand, but the clinking of large metal armor sinking into the nerve of the shoulder and just dead arming him as he sort of gets stunned for a second, and you sort of glance off the armor with your next blow.
Did I roll damage?
No, you did not.
So damage for one hit.
Yep.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. That's a chunky punch. And they just look not him and his friend, stunned as he is, doesn't look discouraged from this.
Cool. I will.
Come on.
I will use the remainder of my movement to dance away.
She has probably 5 feet left. She can move away.
Well, so I made it to here-ish with 45, right?
One further back from that.
Yeah.
and then
Here?
45,
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
Oh, you got 10.
40, 45.
There you
Sure.
go. Nice.
Yep. And
Nice,
you dance
nice,
back
nice.
over there. Nice.
That
That's your,
is my turn.
that's your turn. Great. And you go tag you're it because it's Lior's turn.
Okay. Leo is going to turn to Paige and say, Paige, cover your ears, and whatever you do, don't listen to it. And I'm gonna take off, running at the Drakkar.
Okay, sure.
I'm going to bonus action rage.
Sure.
I can't.
Did I hear any of that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, neither do I.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Nice.
Wow.
No opportunity attacks either.
Just up in your face.
Nice.
Yeah, and Lior is not gonna even go for his stonemason's hammer. He's just gonna come down and use his fist as a club on the back, on the spine, to try and make it go prone under the weight of force. So I'm gonna use a grapple check on that.
Okay.
It's a Tasha's thing.
It's a Tasha's thing?
is not a
And
Tasha's thing.
and no, sorry. And it's only if I use key as my action, not my bonus action.
Okay.
So I have advantage on
See what it is?
that. Is a 19.
Okay. Well, -1, that's a 1. So.
Or a monk weapon.
Okay, so he's grappled.
Yeah. So no, I'm gonna reduce him prone. Yeah, as a shove attack.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, as a shove attack. And then Lior is gonna basically kind of jump on it to try and wrestle it to the ground. So he's just using his body weight to try and stop it from going after his friends.
Sure.
So he's just wading into there. So it's another. This one's to grapple.
This one's to grapple.
It's a natural 20.
Doesn't matter what I roll. I wasted a 16.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's my turn. I'm just jumping on this thing. I can't cover my own ears because I need to grapple it.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to pin it down.
Okay, great.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was dope.
I'm so upset that it's not even my turn yet. Dirk, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'll take out my sword and my shield as I run past Logain, and I go, "We have to hold this one off. I don't know, my friends are in danger." And I'll run forward 30 feet.
As you run forward, Logain just goes, 10, "Careful!"
30. I'm going to take my action because I don't want to run up too close to that and be able to do nothing. I believe I'm just going to take the action to dodge as I chill there, and I'm going to not use my bonus action for anything because it hurts me to say that.
Yep.
I've never heard Zach say this before.
Oh my god.
Okay.
He's right there. I can't do anything. He's right there. I could action surge, but that's not worth it. Yeah, we're good for now. We're staying there, dodge, and I'm just clanging on my shield.
No shield of faith, Zach? No.
I was really thinking about it.
I cast Insect Plague. That's your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, just you're going like, okay, come on, I can't do much, but I can still fight. And Logain behind you goes, "Careful!" As you just see the Drakkar looks at you, goes, and opens its mouth. And you hear, what you guys down out of its range here is just this horrifying scream, but it sounds like the most beautiful melody to you. And I need you and Logain to make a charisma saving throw.
That's terrible.
Charisma.
Thank the Lord. Thank the light. That's an 18.
You've got to be f***ing kidding me.
16 plus 2.
Hey, you couldn't roll bad on this
It was
one.
a 3 and then went yoink.
You can't take that from him after last session.
I can because this is the classic Brad experience. As soon as it's combat, I am whomped. Whomped.
This Drakkar just flies off and nopes out of this.
Dang, man, because you're hearing this. And all of a sudden you're realizing, oh, this is not. You felt yourself starting to take a step forward towards it, and then you hear a steady, don't listen to it.
Good, you're here.
And you shake out of it as Logain's going, "No, don't listen to it!" Blocking his own ear. And it doesn't seem to take any effect on either of you.
Had us in the first half.
It is
Not gonna lie.
going to hop off of there and fly down to the other side of this interestingly shaped ice formation.
Do I happen to be immune from that effect for 24 hours, forever, for the next 17 minutes? Like, what's going on?
The next 17 minutes?
Like, I don't know. I'll take any immunity.
You know, interestingly enough, I didn't write that into the stat block.
Okay, interesting enough. Yeah, no.
The other one, in a bit of a dire straits, down beneath where you are right now, Lior, is just grappled. It totally, strength is not the thing for Drakkar. It is stealth. It is quick strike, and it is not in a position to be trying to wrestle its way out from under you. And so it just looks at you and, like, the clicking sound, and then it just, like, rears back its head and gives, like, a full, like, and just a loud shriek that bursts out from it towards you. And I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, okay.
And I think because of the angle that you have it grappled, it won't quite, like, its reach won't quite hit Tal.
Oh, yeah.
Face down to the ground.
You're on top of it. I'm not going to say it goes in a cone.
But unfortunately, I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8.
Brad's
okay.
I look out the side of the room, just went...
It's not
Do we
good.
notice it affect the guards too?
You don't.
Okay. That's
They wince.
That's a lot of dice.
Okay.
That's a lot of dice.
They have earplugs.
Slow your roll there, buddy.
Do it, Dirk.
Okay, so Lior,
Yeah.
You take.
Are you raging?
I am raging, but this
You
is
rage,
probably
I
gonna
think it's-
bypass.
Yeah, it's probably psychic.
No, this is bludgeoning.
Thankfully.
Leor, you take 23 points of psychic damage.
I didn't realize you were joking.
And Leor, you are not frightened because you are raging and you are immune to fear. And so it gets this off, and like it sees like the blood vessel pop in your big eye in front of it as this noise racks you, and you yell out. But then it starts to go to like it's gonna wriggle free, and it quite simply can't.
Oh yes, worth it.
Oh my god.
Still, that was a big hit. That was.
It was a large hit. It was a large hit.
Wild.
I cannot do that all day.
Great. That is going to be the end of the Drakar's turn as you see this noise going on in front of you here. And then, Tal, you just hear from next to you as Paige and Sammy both feel an arrow land in behind them. Something is shooting at you through the trees as two arrows find purchase among each of you.
No.
Why else did he put the trees?
I know.
Why else would he put the trees?
God's plan. Sammy takes 9 points of piercing damage.
So
You
he's dead.
take
He's a commoner.
5 points of piercing damage as you wheel around and can't really see too much. I know the trees are pretty sparse here, but hey, you boys got not an indefinite amount of time to craft. But sort of see through the trees like camouflaged shapes, and Tal, you wheel around and see this too as two more arrows are loosed, one at you and one at Paige. Paige?
0?
Will an 8 hit? Sorry, a 10 hit?
No, surprisingly. No.
10 will not hit. Paige just gets out of the way. Tal?
Paige did move. The arrow just.
Will a 18 hit? An 18 will hit, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just throw it back.
For
Right
sure.
at Sammy.
Deflect missile.
Just takes a reaction.
Great. It hits you for 14 points of piercing.
I think you auto-save that.
Do I?
I think it's like
check
3
the
times your
focus?
monk level.
I don't think
Well,
it's 3 times.
no, it is
That's
my
slow
monk.
fall.
It is my monk level. So it's
Your monk level
1d10
plus
plus
1d10.
dexterity plus monk level. So it's
Whoa.
Yeah.
4 plus 7,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So
11.
you have to
So
roll
you have to
a 3.
roll-
See, yeah.
6.
Yeah.
You go.
Negate all damage.
Reduce it. You catch
Yeah.
it.
You and just catch it out of the air.
Do I see who threw it at me?
Give me a perception check really quick. It's a tough check because they're in the woods.
16.
With the 16, I don't you could try, but it's going to be an attack with disadvantage.
That's cool. Would I be able to send it back to the one I stunned?
You totally could. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Do that.
Special
At an advantage because he's stunned?
Yeah.
Is that how
no.
it works with ranged? I don't know.
I don't,
No,
if
I
he's
think
stunned,
it's
it
melee.
doesn't.
Melee.
Yeah, it's melee,
It's melee.
It's
and
melee.
he wouldn't fall prone if he's just stunned. He's still standing, so
Yeah.
it's not disadvantage. It's just normal hit.
This is turning into a problem.
Natural 1.
Oh, which is so bad because like I was picturing like instead of catching it and throwing it, you just like see it coming
Redirected
and
it?
just
That
like
would've been dope.
palm it and change the angle.
Yeah.
But it just clatters off the tip of this ice formation.
Stop trying to be
and-
cool, Tal, and be effective.
and doesn't quite do it. But you hear, quick, focus on the cliff, and voices.
Do we recognize that voice?
It's sword guy.
No,
No. Okay.
no.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, quick, reload your arrow. We've got to get another strike in. No, you don't recognize the voice.
Okay.
But that is going to now come to the turn of Logain, who just spins around and just turns and looks. And Dirk, you feel a pulse from next to you, and you just see out of the air pulls from where a scabbard would be, but there's no sword, just pulls a fiery blade out, and stands at the ready. He says, "Easy, easy. This won't end well for you." Just like yelling out towards the forest, looking over with like a paranoid look in his eye towards where people might be. He's going to take a couple steps towards the ramp, but not attempt to go down it in any way. The way he sees it, he's
There?
alone up. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But he's just at the ready, and he's going, steady. You just for your ears, you're the only one who hears this. Just bracing himself. Sammy just grabs Paige and hustles you a little bit away from the tree line and just puts himself between the tree line and you.
Okay.
On his turn, and just says, "Can you see them, Tal? Can you see them?" As he sort of hobbles his way out of there.
Since arrows came at me, I'd know which tree they were coming from, right?
Yes, the reason that I was saying you would have like disadvantage to
Is
like
cover?
attack on them, it's behind trees. It's really tough to see, and it looks like they're wearing something that camouflages them well. But you see the movement.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Could I point out to Sammy the vague direction?
Sure, totally. Right.
That tree there.
Okay, I got him, and he's just he's taken out like a very thin like rapier kind of a thing, as twirling it, doing like sword tricks and stuff like that.
Got anything ranged?
That's a no. We're not a ranged family, and you know that.
I have darts.
You can fly? What was that? That's going to bring us all the way around to Paige.
Okay.
As you have this arrow wound and are like stumbling out and look up and see facing you down at the end of this thing a Drakkar.
Okay, I forgot the Drakkar right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just take a look at Sammy to see did that hit take a big chunk out of him, or is he?
I mean, in the sense that like you can say that arrow hitting someone will always take a big chunk out of them. He doesn't appear to be like
Is he as
on
hardy
the
as
verge
Tal
of
kind
dying.
thing? Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect. The guards that we just saw over there that
Yes.
Lior ran past, guards of what type of, like, do they look like rogues, or are they looking like they came from the encampment we just left?
They have the same robes as like guards that would have been in the encampment. You could see the one that's stunned and isn't really moving right now. You could see the red pin on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know they're traders of the dragon. Okay. I'm gonna put a hand on Sammy and say, I'm going to hide, and I'm going to push off, and I'm going to start running towards the cliff.
Yep.
And as I get towards the cliff, sorry, could you point me a
Diagonally
little bit
this way.
diagonally this way? I know that I can see Dirk as I'm running just above the tree line, and I'm going to put my hand on my face to hide my mouth as I very subtly speak words into the air, and the wind will pick up at Dirk's feet as he hears the voices. We are your friends, and we need you. This is where you belong. Show him what you can do. And I will then take the last 15 feet just to get closer
Which
to that.
spell are you
nook.
casting?
I'm
Haste.
casting haste.
But isn't it a touch spell?
No, I think it's 30 feet. Let me check.
Yeah, you've been flavoring it as I touch them.
You've always.
Yeah.
I've always done it, except for the first time I cast it, which
I
is when
think it's a
Lior was-
touch spell because
Okay,
I
I'll check,
always
I'll
try
check,
and help my melee companions, and they always run away from me, and then I'm like, well, it's gone.
It's a 1 action, 30-foot range.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It is 30-foot range,
Yeah,
I
it's
just think it's a
30-foot range.
cool flavor
It's
to be
a-
like
bestow
but-
curses touch.
Yeah. No, I thought
Wild.
playing haste all wrong.
Wild.
Great.
So I will do that, subtly spending the sorcery point I require to make it discreet,
No, I just
and
have to go before those
I will
arrows hit
then
kill it
like
in one
ensconce
shot.
myself back to the wall, trying to get as much cover from the elements.
For sure. And you tuck yourself in that little nook there, just huddling back against the rock.
Pulling out the arrow.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. That's your turn.
Yep, that's the end of my turn.
Great. That is going to take us to the two guards. One of whom is
Stunned.
Thank the light.
the other one
Just a little stressed here, Brad.
is a little stressed. The other one is going to.
I'm gonna get you next.
The other one's going to run over, seeing the physical feat that you have just performed.
Yep.
Is going to just run over to Tal.
It's getting a little hot.
It's going to run over to Tal and take some attacks on Tal.
Took off my sweater for nothing, Brad.
You were ready to try and grapple?
Victor was going to rage.
Gonna Mr. Miyagi this. Let's go.
Yeah, gonna run over. Take 2 attacks on you.
Can I take a
Yes.
hit at him as he runs away?
I think you're grappling.
Which is one of my hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
You grab with one for
Yeah.
hand.
Yep, just unarmed strike.
Yes. Because
Yeah,
I don't have. I
'cause
don't have anything.
I don't think
anything.
you drew
I'm
it.
gonna get above the tree. I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, it's clocked on a 19.
my
It's not gonna stay.
It's
I
not.
know it's not, but I have to.
No.
Okay. Okay, still. It's 15 plus 9.
Yeah.
8,
yeah,
sorry.
Of course. Yeah.
8. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's just strength plus, so it's 1 plus 5, 6. Plus rage. So it's plus 2, 8.
8 for an
Knock in the
untrained.
back of the head.
My God. Insane. So good.
Does it have to be unarmed?
What's
It has to be unarmed?
Yeah, because
He did. He said he was grappling. He didn't draw anything.
Oh, got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
yeah,
sense. That
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
And just as you like strike him, and he and sort of stumbles forward a little bit faster into you, and just takes 2 big ol' swings.
Cool beans.
I'll move him up.
This boy. Yeah.
gonna
First
knock
one
me
is going to hit with the 22.
Ooh.
Second one is only a 13.
Miss.
Okay, but the first one will hit. And that is going to do to you 8 points of slashing damage.
Cool.
And just strikes down at you, and you can see like mostly like mask covering the lower half of the face, but just like green eyes looking at you and going, move on, kid, this isn't your fight. Just growling at you as he slashes out with the sword. The other one still stunned, and I think only becomes unstunned because now it is the start of your turn.
Yeah.
Is it the start of my turn or the end of my turn?
The start of your
It's the start of your
Yeah.
turn.
Balls.
Please, God.
Okay. Cool.
Help me.
I don't know. There's archers. I wouldn't have seen that.
I think you were facing that way, yeah.
I wouldn't know.
What are you gonna do when lightning strikes me?
He's not my guy, but you should have held off for better odds. Boom.
Are you
Okay.
using a quarterstaff?
Sorry?
Are you using a quarterstaff?
No, I've been using my hands because my
Okay.
hands are D6.
Okay.
I know if I double,
Yeah,
it's
that's okay.
D8.
Just wondered.
Yeah.
Badass.
It's better that you're punching people.
Yeah, I like punching.
Punching is the way to go.
Punching's
Leora
Just
endorses
checking
it.
it, Brad. Just check it, Brad.
comes out just kicking ass with her
How many hands are you using with that quarterstaff?
Please.
I haven't used everything that
Stop. Let me have one thing. Let me have one thing.
Oh.
It's not even victory that I want. It's losing with dignity.
I want to survive more than one round.
18.
18 will hit. You guys are rolling well. No one rolls bad.
Full damage.
I didn't roll.
She says.
10 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. That's nuts.
Okay.
I will take my second attack.
Okay.
Natural 19.
Okay, yeah, good, great. Another max damage coming up over here.
That one will be a stunning strike.
Okay. Sure.
I'm worried I'm running through them too quickly, but hey.
It's gonna pass.
Cool. 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay, 16 plus the 8, 24.
Good math.
Then I'm going to bonus action unarmed strike.
Yes. 100%. It's the time.
This guy's just been beaten.
Natural 16.
Yep.
Everyone's
come
just
up and try to hit
punching the crap out of him.
No one's got hit with a weapon.
Yeah.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Yeah, I mean, guy's starting to look pretty beat up. Just he goes like, "Oh my God, who's the real dragon?" As you just punch him super hard, glowering in your face, and just like spits like, "Dark One, blind you!" It spits blood, and tries to look as menacing as possible.
Dark One.
Dark One blind you.
Oh, now I'm here for a fight.
Yeah. Yeah, great. It's one you'll lose. Probably. We'll find out on the season finale. That's going to be Lior's turn. Unless you want to, like, movement, disengage, like, any of that.
I used my bonus action, so now I'm good.
Okay, cool. Just hang out right over there.
I think, yeah, that was a 4th key point.
Lior! What is Lior gonna do? Lior is going to try and take care of what he feels is the threat. And so he's going to
Sit on him.
reach towards the stonemason's hammer, but he can't get a good grip. There's too much going on, and he doesn't want to let go of the
Yeah,
Drakar.
it's scrabbling at you with his claws going... Just, like, reaching up at you.
He's just gonna take the quarterstaff, and he's gonna beat it once, and then try and stab it in the eye with the blunt end.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, 2 attacks with advantage. I mean, yeah. You don't
This
even-
thing
Stab him in the eye.
It's a thing of nightmare. Okay.
With a quarterstaff.
I'm going to do this reckless.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know that you need to, because you've
He's
got him prone.
Thank you. That's very generous of you.
You got him prone and then grappled him.
Yes.
I can't do anything.
Yeah.
It's not generous of me, it's the rules.
But I had forgotten, so
Yeah, I could have.
much
I could have.
that is a 17.
17 will hit.
Nice.
So that's a one-handed quarterstaff. That's a D6. Not good. It's 9 points of damage.
Okay. Interesting that that's not good.
It's one more than my thing, and that's a 19, 18 to hit.
Do you want to roll with advantage because of maybe a nat
Yeah,
20?
roll to see if you crit. Did you crit?
Yeah.
Hey, Zach? Shut the fuck up!
I'm just coaching from the background.
I was gonna say it on the first one. I was like, maybe
I know
you were
you're
supposed
DMing
to
the
roll
next
at
one. I am
disadvantage,
gonna be out
but
here
now-
going like a, hey, you've got the help action forever.
I've never seen that work. Like,
That's
roll a
so
second
great.
one and
I
go.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
That's good.
Oh man.
it. Roll me some dammies.
So that's that. Not bad. 5 plus 8, 13 points of damage. And with the Crusher Feat, the first attack until my next turn has advantage on it. If someone does, just so some other people can remember.
Okay, for sure. It's got like a temporary guiding bolt.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's cool. How does that work with a Crusher Feat?
I think it's like you kind of maim them in a way.
I think you probably do the first one like going for the eye, and the second one you go for the wing.
Yeah.
And you kind of just like, you don't break its wing necessarily, but it gets it wedged under like a bit of snow, and so it's like,
It's more vulnerable.
yeah, just screeching a little bit desperately now. Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn. I don't got a bonus action because I did not frenzy, so that's it.
Huge. Dirk, you're up.
Okay. I feel the wind come over me. My voice buddy's back. Paige is giving me extra voices. And I just saw the most powerful man that I've seen in existence not do anything.
True.
That's true because you don't know the archers are there. Yeah.
And I'm going to yell out and go, Logain, we need your help. However, I'm going to look at the edge and like look at where Tal is and make a decision. And I'm just going to take a deep breath, pull out my warhammer, and like steam starts rising from my body, and like my clothes start like cindering in places, and all of a sudden like my eyes open and like the hammer just ignites in flame, and I'll activate the gift of the chrome dragon, and I'm just gonna take off at a sprint with haste, and I'm just gonna go 5, 10, and just jump off. So with a 10 feet jump, I could jump my strength distance, I think is what they say. So it's like
something like
15
that.
feet.
Yeah.
But you can let me know if I need to make a dex save. It's like
I'm going to
5,
need you to make
10,
like an
15.
acrobatics check to
Yeah.
not take falling damage.
We're going to get right there. And I want to come in and like just do a roll.
Come on. Oh, yes.
What was that, a dex save?
An acrobatics check.
Acrobatics check? That's, oh wow, it's even better. That's a 22.
No problem.
Yeah, so like with the hammer, just fall down, and like every step I take, like just
Like,
snow has like melted.
Thorland.
Yeah.
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 That's so good.
I'm gonna take off. That was 25, so 5. Another one come around this way,
Sure.
because I want to stay out of. Do I want to stay out of sight? I want to stay out of sight going that way. But as I get there, and the track car is trying to get away, I go, "You're not going anywhere!" And I just, What do I have? Did I say a warhammer?
You said
Warhammer.
I have a long sword, guys.
I know. I thought that was interesting.
Stop it! I have a long sword. I got so enthralled. I was like, I'm gonna bash something too. No, but I'm just.
If we're
gonna
being technical, I
stab
think
it.
you have a reflavored rapier.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just gonna stab right through its wings, and I'm just gonna go to town on this guy.
Shish kebab.
Okay.
So
If you're going for the wings, like specifically to
No.
maim,
through the back to
Okay,
try and cut
sure,
it in
sure,
half. So that's a 16 plus 7.
believe it or not, that will hit.
Perfect. So
Have we figured out these guys' AC?
I'm going to make it
Less than 23.
trip attack,
Okay.
and I'm also going to dump a divine smite into it.
Sure. Dang. Okay.
So
As you take off running, you see Sammy and Logain both go.
so it'll do 1d4.
Tal's just gonna be like, I taught him that. I taught him.
It's going to do 4 fire damage
Okay.
for the elemental damage.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's going to do 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then it's going to do. I'm assuming I get the extra d8 on this guy because he's.
I can't believe I gave you this.
Yeah.
This. Yes.
Then it's going to do 21 radiant damage.
Okay. So 4, 9, 21,
34 damage.
34. Okay.
And then I'm gonna roll the d8 for the trip attack, which is 6, so 47. And I'm gonna need a strength.
No,
save.
30,
37.
37.
40.
40, you're right.
Okay, I missed that last time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
40.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have it make a strength save.
Oh, great. We've canonically established they're really strong.
Yeah.
I can't do like acrobatics.
No, unfortunately.
No.
Okay.
What's your DC?
My DC is surprising. Oh, it's low. I think it's only a no, that's my spellcasting ability. If I'm a fighter, the DC
You are a
is.
fighter.
I think a strength or dexterity I
Yeah.
can choose. So it's dex plus 3 plus 8, so 15.
I hate that for me. I rolled a natural 1.
Like as I cut it through, I'm just gonna slam him on the ground and
Yeah.
he's prone.
And slam it into the snow and ice on the ground.
WWE.
Yeah.
As I pull back the sword, I almost go to move on, and just something compels me. I'm just gonna take it and stab it again with my hasted action.
Yeah.
I believe in you. 18 to hit.
Yes.
Wait, is he prone?
I have advantage.
I'm pulling Zach.
That's good.
Okay.
If it crit again, I was going to unplug everything and
the
walk
table.
away.
I'm gonna make this a
No battle
maneuvering
map for
strike.
you.
A maneuvering strike?
A maneuvering strike.
Okay.
All right.
Bradley makes a range attack with a d4.
So it's
metal
going to
one.
be 7 plus 6 is 13 slashing
13.
damage
13 slashing damage.
plus
I'll roll a dex
2
save.
fire
For
damage.
Tal, no for you.
Okay, plus 2 fire damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with my maneuver strike, I yell out and go, "Paige, get some cover!" And you could use your reaction to move up to your movement speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Ooh, do I have to do that right now?
You would have to do that right now.
There's nowhere better for her to go.
Oh, I couldn't see it, to be honest.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah,
It's true. She is literally in your blind spot on the
Yeah,
map.
literally,
she's-
I was just like, "Paige, get the hell out of here."
can I?
No, he's got dead sight on
No,
her
no, I
behind
think
the...
Zach literally can't see.
Oh,
Paige.
yeah,
Yeah,
so-
yeah,
oh.
yeah, yeah.
No,
Paige
Zach.
is right there.
Oh!
Yeah, Paige has the best cover
Literally the
on
best
the
cover.
map.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
so instead I'm going to yell at Sammy, who's in the wide open. "Sammy, cover with Paige!" And he can move up to his reaction to...
Right, protect Paige. And he runs over and
So
30
what's
feet.
it? 5, 10, 50, half of his movement, or
All
his
his
whole
movement.
All of his movement.
Wow.
He wants to go right here, maybe.
Yep, sure.
Okay.
Is he good?
I don't know why I'm
so.
so compelled to protect you.
Is he good looking?
All of
this,
my brothers except for Toby.
How's this vampire thing looking?
Yeah.
This bat screechy thing.
Really messed up.
Toby's not
really
even ugly,
messed
he's just
up.
older.
Yeah, I can't stop. Addicted to the shindig. I'm gonna action search.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. Sorry.
We learned nothing last time.
We didn't. We really didn't. Sorry. And that's gonna miss. It's at 11.
Okay, you do have advantage.
Oh, thanks, bud. That's not any better. Lucky you, Brad. Lucky you.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
And that's most of my movement. I'm gonna chill there while it's prone.
Bradley leaves after the game, slashes everyone's tires. Just like,
Incredible. Oh my god.
Can we just get a round of applause?
Yeah,
please?
that was a great
That was
That
so
was,
hardcore.
that was such a banger of a turn. My god. And you just, again, steam still coming off of you, and your turn staring down at this thing as it pitifully looks up at you.
Who's your daddy?
And it looks up at
Dirk's
you
your daddy.
and starts singing in a voice that is similar to a cold hum of your father. This time it's not a beautiful or siren song. It's a melody that you would always hear when you knew it was trouble.
What do you get? Papa?
Make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma?
How awful is that? That's right before, after he says, "Who's your daddy?" You're like,
18 plus 2 for a 20.
The Drakkar goes, Again, it's like you guys are hearing now kind of gurgling screeches. You can almost swear this isn't what actually happens, but you can almost imagine that's going, just doesn't work. It's going to try and scramble away from you.
Okay.
Yep.
How so?
On the ground
All
and
right.
get up and try and fly away.
Okay, get up and try to fly away. I'll allow it.
Okay.
no, I'm going to take opportunity. I meant I'll allow him getting
But
up.
it will get up and, yeah.
Yeah, you saw that.
that was crazy.
I hate these
Oh, it's a
dice.
2. I thought it was a 12.
No, it was going to be
It
a
was
12.
on a 12 multiple times. And then-
It gets up and flies back over towards its objective. Back up onto the cliff.
Oh,
Positioned far.
We always knew this, that they were coming for the false dragon. We read that in the prophecy.
yes.
Yeah.
In the note.
In the note,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which you guys, I mean, you didn't have any reason to have to share it with him, but none of you guys
we
shared
didn't,
that.
I thought about it on
Great.
top of that.
Now I'm in a bit of a pickle. I think the one on the ground is going to lean up and try and look past you. It's not, it's
Okay.
on the ground,
Yeah.
but it sort of wriggles out onto its side and turns over and looks over towards your direction. And now the melody is back to a better time. Look how far we've come. Reminding you of Shania Twain times. Make me a charisma saving throw.
Guys, it's not gonna go well.
Let's go, girls.
16.
Oh my god.
I lowered it. I lowered it from 17 to 16 because I was like, that's a little brutal.
That's a little extreme, Brad.
Oh my god. You pass. Breaks out
Pass
of it.
gas. Good
Breaks
job.
out of it. It's gonna try and wriggle free from you.
Yeah, you can try.
Yep.
It's not going to work.
That's a 24.
Great. So it doesn't wriggle free from you. This is bad for me, guys. Now out of the forest, you hear, and one shot comes in for you, Lior, because you are on top of this thing. Is a 16? Is a 16 gonna hit?
Yeah.
A 16 will hit. Okay. So that will deal you. It's pretty good. This is already reduced. 9 points of piercing damage.
Gotcha.
And 3 other shots go up towards Logain.
Oh boy.
How far are we from the camp?
You walked for a few minutes to get out here.
Probably a
It's
couple
not
hundred feet.
it's not like a ring of trees. You walked through a bit of a forest to get to here from camp. So this
The
is
whole time I was like, I think he's going to lead us into a trap. I should use my divine sense, but I wasn't sure if he'd be able to tell if I used my divine
that's
sense.
fair,
But
that's
now
fair,
it's
that's fair.
moot because
Yeah.
I'm doing this anyway.
Yeah.
that is going to be
Can't he see you glow?
Probably now, yeah.
that's going to be 2 hits on Logain, who would have cast shield if he was not distracted by looking over towards you and going, "There's a spark," and as 2 arrows pierce his side.
Idiot, pay attention!
Wow, both of those went flying. My god. Okay.
It's a cool mini. A spooky mini.
It deals him a total of 33 points of piercing
What?
damage.
There was
As
some
they-
sharpshooterage in there. Oh, no.
And stumbles to the ground. Still keeps his blade out and now turns around and is now not like his calm, cool, like this will go poorly for you. He's now, you're seeing the side that is the dragon just turns around as flames lick across his face as he whips around his sword and goes, "Show yourselves!" Through the forest.
Do we finally have an idea of where they're coming from? Which clump? Which...
Yeah, let me let you know in 2 seconds.
Got it.
No.
No. That is going to be Logain's turn. Logain is going to look out into the forest and is going to just hold out a hand and 3 tendrils of fire snake out and don't seem to land any direct blows, but do sort of blast apart some of this foliage, some of these bushes and leaves. And you could see now pockets where behind which there were 2 heavily camouflaged archers hiding are now visible. And very calmly, Lior just goes, "Now we see each other," and starts to walk down towards them. Lior.
Yeah, I was like,
I was like, what's
I was
happening?
gonna say that's really calm for someone in a rage. Logan.
Could you go ahead and put these 2 guys, it doesn't matter necessarily where, but somewhere behind that tree line. And Logain just begins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh boy.
Just walking down now, glory and hunger in his eyes. Sammy's just gonna post up in front of you. Sammy is protecting you in this fight.
Okay.
That does bring us to you though, Paige.
Hold your
Okay.
action, Sammy.
That changes what I was going to do, which is probably a good thing. Okay. I see that going well. I am going to... How close is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's not so bad. Am I within 60 feet of the soldier close to Lior?
Yes.
no,
No?
5
No?
feet.
5 feet?
So I'm going to... What I'm going to do is... I'm going to get up and I'm going to... is Sammy looking at me or looking behind?
He is like face out, like he's got his back to you.
So you're going to see Paige, who was like down, is going to you're going to see a hand on the side of Sammy's like ribs, like poke her head out. And
You just see Logain walking past you.
yeah, so she's going to look and then look at the one that's close to Lior and look down.
The Drakkar or the
No,
soldier?
the soldier
Okay.
close to Lior, and in his mind he's going to hear, "We've come for you to kill, to rip, to tear." As I cast, I'm going to say, as I say, I'm going to mumble under my breath, "One of us the whole time, right?" And he will hear this in his mind as I use my psionic spells to cast Dissonant Whispers, which I do naturally subtly because it's on my special list.
That's naturally subtle? Insane. I didn't know that.
I just have select few that I can do. This is one of them.
Is it? Oh yeah.
That's such a bummer for me. So cool.
Yeah.
Great.
I will,
What's the save?
It's a Wisdom save, DC 16.
No, 5.
Okay, good. It would be good.
Guten Tag.
Good. And I cast it at level 2 for. I will roll damage if you want, and he must use his reaction to use all of
Yes.
to run away.
Yes. You can roll damage.
What am I looking up? This so.
I think it's the
No.
one beside me.
Yeah, he said he was.
The one that was stunned.
He was right out
Yeah.
of range, but he's gonna move up 5
Yeah.
feet to do
He's-
That's
that.
correct. That's
He
correct.
was stunned.
He was
He
stunned.
was
He's no longer.
So the one who was stunned.
So now he has to run as
Absolutely.
far away from you as he can?
That's right.
No.
From me, his source of fear.
That's fine. That's been good to
3,
me.
4, 5, 6. And it's forced movement, so no opportunity attack.
It's
No,
not
it-
forced
it's
movement.
not?
Because
Isn't it
he's
was
using
for-
his
yeah.
reaction.
So I will take a swing.
Hey, pour one out for all your DMs.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's 21 psychic.
6654.
Yeah,
No.
21?
21.
That's huge.
That's the best I've ever.
Yeah,
rolled.
he just hit him.
He looks pretty messed up. Just holding his head and screaming and he's like running past you, Lior, and just muttering like nonsense, and he's going like no, don't come for me, I've been good, Dark Lord, no, just screaming as you can only imagine what it is he's hearing, but he runs past you and there's an opening.
It's such a frantic run. Leor tries and misses.
Yeah. Dang. Like screaming, belligerent, running away.
That is dark,
Dang,
man.
That's nasty.
Dark
Yeah.
Lord, I've been good.
Paige will smile and then just fall back into her hideout.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Nasty.
Good.
How long does the glow last for?
That's wild. The fear just, it's not even a fear effect, right? It just does
No,
that?
it's not. That's right. It's not a fear effect.
Right away, snaps out and goes, and just turns around and goes to attack you, closest target, and just like not forming words, just like frantic, like a caged animal.
Can he reach?
He's gonna,
He'll move up.
he's gonna walk
it's
up
his
5.
Turn now. It's
Yeah,
his turn now.
that would.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
he
was
uses
your
reaction. Yeah,
Got you,
yeah,
got you,
yeah,
got you,
Are you okay with him there? Do you want him somewhere
Totally.
else?
No, that's great. God damn it. First one I think is a miss with the 9.
Yeah.
And second one I think is a miss with a 15.
No, it hits.
Okay.
It hits, yeah.
Ah, man, they have parry? I forgot. Okay. It does hit you for minimum damage. You're still
There is, like, a
raging,
plus
right?
3 days.
No, wait. What is our number defense for barbarians?
Dex plus con.
Not
Plus.
proficiency. It's 10 plus.
No.
No, it's
10 dex con, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So then it is 15. Sorry.
Okay. No, thank you for checking. It does you a minimum damage of, get this, reduced to 3. Just swinging wildly without any like real action plan or any thought.
You are still higher than what I started with.
Look, I've had a rough fight. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
never felt more strong
and
in
the
my
guy in
life.
front of you goes, "Let's bring that number down a little bit more, shall we? Please." Natural 20.
The Dark One's luck.
The Dark One's luck. It's me. I'm the Dark One. Okay. You got some bad, you got some good. That is going to be, on the first strike, 19 points of slashing damage. And it's going to take another strike at you.
Have you not heard this trick card at all?
That's a miss.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but he goes, I can't believe that cool line worked. Usually when I say stuff like that, I really beef it. But yeah, just reaches out and slashes down on you hard, and I think you probably yell out in pain, and Sammy goes, Tawa! From where he is. But that's going to be the end of their turn, and gives you a chance for a rebuttal, because it's your turn.
Bonus action attack if key is used. That is Tasha's, but are you allowing it?
Yes, I just didn't know what you were talking about
Okay,
before.
cool.
If you use key for an action.
Yes. In that case,
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I'm going to. Tal is gonna put her hands on her chest, sharp breath in through your nose, and use quicken healing for 2 key points.
Nice. And gain 21 health?
It's no. It's a martial arts die plus proficiency bonus. It's not very high.
What's
but
the
it's,
one?
That's wholeness of body.
No.
You're thinking wholeness
Yeah,
of body.
no.
I'm thinking of wholeness of body.
I think it might be 3 times your monk level, Michelle. Hold on.
Yeah?
Wholeness of
Yeah,
body is 3 times your
oh,
Yeah.
It's not a martial ability.
Yeah.
I just read it, but yeah.
Where?
I had looked it up because I was curious about your.
What you were doing?
No, the open end things. I'm like, I have no idea what they do.
6th level.
I can.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful harmonies.
Regain hit points equal to 3 times your monk level, so you just get 21. Yeah.
Cool.
So just.
That's
Just-
not what I
just
have.
21.
What are you praying? Oh, you just negated my whole big hit.
I think what I was looking at is something different.
I think so.
I was looking at quickened healing.
I don't know what that is.
I don't think that's a.
Oh, if that's something that uses ki, is that what you're talking
Yes.
about? Okay.
Sure.
That's
it
a
is.
Tasha's thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think so.
I should have marked things that were Tasha's things. I didn't think of it.
I just need to, as long as you know what they are
Yeah.
and are confident about them, I trust you.
Yeah.
Is basically what it is. So which one is it going to be?
I want to hit him,
Okay.
but
So you can do the
but-
quickened healing.
but there's 2 key points.
It is.
I don't want to hit him that bad.
Okay.
So I'll take the 21.
So you'll take the
Yeah,
21.
nice.
And you just use your action to and you regain some vitality.
Everyone's singing this fight.
It's a very
Yeah,
musical fight.
yeah. It's a very musical fight. It was a great time for me.
Cool.
Awesome.
I
Anything with your bonus
have-
action.
flurry of blows is only if I took an attack action, correct?
Yeah. Same
Yeah.
for the offhand attack.
Yeah.
You can like step of the wind with a key point if you want.
You could be in a
Or yeah, you can take a defensive
stance. Yeah.
dodge.
Patient defense. Yeah.
Patient
Yeah.
defense.
You could do that. You could very well do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Or it could be the same as Dirk going, I can't use a I can't use a bonus. I guess my turn ends, and just like eating like your soul.
I guess that's what I'm doing today.
Yep.
I'm dodging.
What's it gonna be, Michelle?
I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I want to save my key points.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
burnt through them pretty early.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. But again, a massive, truly crucial heal after taking this huge hit. Just steady yourself.
Oh, there it is. It's right up at the top. Heal
you
up
go.
to 3 times monk level.
Yeah, that's the one. I knew it was there because you found it recently and pointed to there.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. So that's gonna be Lior's turn.
Lior realizes that things are not looking great overall. We're in a little bit of a pickle.
Little slight pickle.
Little pickles.
Lior's gonna try and put this thing down.
Okay.
And so he's gonna push it, and then as it kind of tries to readjust, he's gonna drop the quarterstaff, reach for the stonemason's hammer.
Playing with the big
and
boys
take
now.
2 big hits at it.
2 big hits.
Advantage.
Advantage, come on. Natural 1, but a 16.
Okay.
So
that'll
it's a
hit.
24.
That will hit.
Come on, get a crit. Oh, no, it's not good. It's a 15.
15 will hit.
And now we know.
Okay. So
We know that a 15 did not hit the soldiers, though.
Yeah, that's right.
15 points of damage on the first one. Nice. 18 points of damage on the second one. So 33 total.
15 and 18.
Yeah.
Both of them are looking equally on the edge. Just the exact same amount on the edge, but still. And now it's getting away from you and hobbled wing pushing itself off the ground.
As Lior sees that it's still alive, he's just gonna be like, no! And just like realize that he's maybe made a mistake by letting go of it. Yeah. Okay. That's my turn.
Incredible.
Oh, no.
Amazing. Dirk, that's you?
Yeah, slowly walking around, I go, hold your horses, Lior. I heard you need some help. And as I get here, I'm just going to take one large swipe and just try and, well, first, I'm going to try to stab at the thing on the ground and just put it down with advantage because it's still prone.
You've never looked more
Bradley's
angelic.
like, no.
Like, I'm just dragging my sword along the ground and it's just sizzling, leaving a trail of melted snow. And both of them are 11, so an 18 to hit that thing.
Will hit.
I'm
Can you imagine had you roll like 2 nat ones?
not even chancing this. We're absolutely smiting this bastard.
Okay.
Best, please.
1, 2,
The Dark Lord
3.
charges you for the swear jar.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be 3 fire damage,
Okay.
14 radiant damage,
Wow. Okay.
and 14 slashing damage.
Great. Great.
Great, yeah.
Okay, so that's 30 more damage than you needed.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and just as I stab my sword in, I just want the whole thing to just burst in flame as it just like melts into ash.
Yeah.
It wouldn't melt into ash. Maybe it just crumbles.
Yeah, and the crazed guard next to you goes, "That's overkill. It seems like."
No, this is. And I take my hasted action and stab him in the face.
And he goes,
Natural 20.
"Damage
Okay.
me."
7 fire damage
Okay.
It's just the fire damages.
and 16 slashing damage. So
Oh
23
my
more damage.
god.
Oh my gosh.
That is just enough. That is just enough. Where do you hit him?
Like I take the sword from here and like almost change the handle and just like stab it through like the side of his head.
Yeah, and just straight through with not as much, like, even for you, like in a rage, like you would expect more resistance. And this is his sword. This is not the weird other thing that he was throwing around. This is a sword, and it goes straight through, and it's not clean. It never is in real life. And this guy just goes down in a heap.
I'll just go look at Leor and go, let's go. There's one more. And I'm just going to start running this one on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 as I line up behind this guy. And I'll just put my hand on his shoulder and go, leave him alone. And I'll end my turn there.
Amazing. At that, you go, there's one more, and you run up to this last guy and go, leave him alone, and then you just hear one more, because you've forgotten about the one that is up at the top there, who is just going to fly overhead.
This is...
Yeah.
No bueno.
Yeah, thank you. If you could just move that for me. We're just gonna leave it there. But you can imagine in your mind's eye, blotting out, not the sun, it's setting, it's behind you, whatever. There's a shadow in front of you. Shadow, as it rears back and just like one loud piercing shriek. And I need you, as well as our two compadres,
Charisma save.
no, it is actually, yes, it is wisdom.
No!
It's wisdom.
Charisma save.
Oh, that's great, Zach. I like that a lot.
I don't know if you can see it, but
He rolled a natural 1.
No.
That's so...
It's a 1 on the die.
Oh my god, it is a 1.
actually,
Yeah, it's a 1. It's a 1.
I think
Martin.
I think I want to go home.
Martin, this is spectacular. So that
Dedication.
means for the 3 characters, that is 3 failures.
Oh no, guys.
The
triple
piercing
fail.
sound
Sammy.
scrambles into your mind, dealing 17 points of psychic damage.
How's my brother
Yeah.
looking?
oh, Sammy got hit.
And Sammy already has an arrow wound.
Yeah.
Sammy is not looking good. Sammy
Okay,
falls to the ground, clutching his head and just screaming. Logain, fire sword flickers out, and this thing just swoops over and turns to like start to fly away once again.
How high is it in the air?
How high is it in the air? It is about 30 feet up in the air.
Like pretty much where it is right there?
Yeah, I mean, that would probably be, if
little
we're going
higher.
according to scale, like 40 feet, but we'll say it's like 30, 40 feet in the air.
No, but sorry, like not a little more closer to the trees or like a little closer
No,
to
no,
the
in
bluff.
terms of its movement distance, that's roughly where it could get and still keep an action.
Haste is still up. Oh, thank God.
Thank you, my good sir.
It didn't work. It didn't work. Oh, no. Let me just check one thing real quick.
Oh, yeah, here it says it auto drops haste.
Yeah, it's the one. The controller has to drop concentration.
It's not working on my app. Martin, does the Aberrant Mind Sorcerer have anything about psychic damage resistance, or?
It does, yeah. It has resistance.
Okay,
That
so
was
you take,
psychic damage?
Yes.
That was psychic damage, so
I
you
don't know
take
how I
half
missed
of that.
Oh!
I didn't realize that when I made my plan, but I do have to abide by my
By the rules.
misery. So it's a 9.
Perfect.
Good man,
for you.
Bradley.
But you see Logain, the fire sword drops out of his hand,
jeez.
and Sammy is just on the ground, cradling his head and screaming. That is going to bring us to just taking the opportunity in the forest. The 2 figures that are there are going to try and dash away.
Okay.
Just try and dash as far as they can away.
You better run.
Doing so, they're going to make an attempt to, like, sort of disguise their exit a little bit. And they just tear off through the woods. One of them more clumsily than the other. But effectively off of the map. That does bring us to Logain, who goes to like start following them, and then hears Sammy scream, and just turns around and goes, "Samuel!" And runs over to where Sammy is and just puts a hand on Sammy's back, and you can see is just going, just whispering and going like, "They're there." And not knowing too much what to do in this situation, as Sammy is just, in a bad state. Sammy uses his turn to do that. Paige, it's your turn.
Okay.
You have one figure left on the field, one up in the sky, and fleeing members.
And this one here,
That is Logain.
that is Logain, is
Yes.
close to Sammy. Like
That's
that,
right. Yeah, right there.
I'm gonna look at Logain with worried eyes and say, "Ooh, what? I feel like I'm gonna receive a Ice Die message any one of these days now." I'm going to run. I'm going to look at Logain and say, "Take care of him. I'll help the others." And I'm going to what is going on?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Please. What are you going to do, Paige?
I'm going to pat Simon and say, "You'll be all right." And I'm going to put my hands over my ears and start running across the field to the rock, the snowy rock. I'm going to pass
25,
under
30.
the drag car.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I pass under the drag car, how high is the drag car at this moment?
Like I said to Michelle,
30
probably
feet.
about 30,
Here,
40
if you want
feet.
to pass underneath, fine.
30, 40 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, if that is the case, and it's heading up, right?
Yeah, it's like peeling like it's going to fly back off into the sky.
Okay, I'm going to run, and I'm going to look up as my eyes will roll up and a little bit further back, and I close them, and above the drag car the way the drag car flew above us and cast a shadow,
Yes.
a shadow will start to form above the drag car, and little smoky tendrils will come down, and it will hear,
"Come to me, you stupid, delicious fool."
as I psionically call whatever remnants I have of the nightmare of Machin Chin, conjuring up what I believe it to be as I cast Evard's black tentacles.
As you just, in desperation and thinking, fear, what can give terror to fear? And you just think of, the horror that is. What is the situation here, Michelle? What are you
She
pointing
said,
at?
squirming ebony tentacles fill a 20-foot square on ground that you can see.
It
within
didn't make
range.
sense that tentacles were floating in the sky for.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That's
Yeah.
fine. You know what? That's A-okay.
That's such a specific wording.
Right?
Yeah, that's
That is.
I
I don't think. The tiny hut, maybe.
That,
You know what?
That one looks
That's
better.
okay. I'm gonna just take that exact image and do Hunger of Hadar instead.
Yeah.
Okay?
Same
All the
Don't need ground for that.
all the darkness.
That's right. All the creepy
Do you wanna
tentacle
tell us on the
things
page?
are going to. You're next. And I'm going to. I'm just going to cast that.
Okay,
above
absolutely.
it.
As you just think, fear, fear, I am fear. And you just channel this slithering wet as tendrils reach out and go to ensnare it and try and pin back its wings. Is it a thing that only affects it at the start of its turn, or is it an
I'll
instant
read
effect?
it out. This
Please.
is the first time I do
yeah,
it.
Yeah, please.
A 20-foot radius sphere of blackness and bitter cold appears centered on a point within range, lasting for the duration. This void is filled with a cacophony of soft whispers and slurping noises that can be heard up to 30 feet away. No light, magical or otherwise, can illuminate the area, and creatures fully within the area are blinded. The void creates a warp in the fabric of space, and the area is difficult terrain. Any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 cold damage. Any creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 acid damage as milky, otherworldly tentacles rub against it.
Milky.
As
That was
Can we get some slurps for the podcast, Brad?
I'll do them later. Just trust me. As a sphere of darkness to block out the light of the Gildan sky encircles this thing, as with a final shriek. Silence. And Dirk, you feel yourself go slack-jawed as you've cast another concentration spell.
That's right.
Oh.
And I did it psionically because it's on my list. So nothing more than just a blink of the eye. And hopefully he hasn't seen anything.
Turk's like just about to stab this guy.
Oh, great.
Just a, yeah.
Yeah, cool. What's the range on it? I know the radius, but what's the range on it?
150 feet
What?
on Hunger of Hadar.
That's wild.
It's way longer than the other one I had prepared, which was 90 feet.
That's crazy.
It's absurd.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to roll a hefty luck check to see if, or like a perception check. The DC is very low to see if Logain notices this.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
Michelle?
you're rolling it.
Did you cast it subtly?
Yeah,
It does
yeah.
not matter. A sphere
Yeah.
of inky blackness and slurping tentacles is in
But
the
he
sky.
doesn't hear it if it's more than 30 feet away.
That is why I'm casting it that way, but this thing is up in the sky and it is a 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
So it's still encircling it to a degree.
Yeah.
Okay, perception. Where are
He
you?
doesn't get the full ASMR experience, but he can visually.
He hates mouth sounds.
I hate it when it's called that.
Yeah, I know. I don't like
I
that
didn't
one
look-
bit
I wasn't-
personally.
No, 0%.
Okay. That is your turn.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna run right across to the rock, and if I
that's
as
30
far as I
feet.
can get. Okay, perfect.
Great.
That would be the end of my turn.
Amazing.
I will break down with my bonus action a spell slot.
Okay, thank you. And you run as far as you can. And as the now slack-jawed Dirk, hand on the shoulder, and then all of a sudden falters, this guy just wheels around, and madness in his eyes just wails on you twice with a greatsword.
No, please.
Sorry, Dirk.
That's a natural 20.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And that's a natural 10. So the 20 will hit.
It's a natural 20 modifier plus, right? Like,
Oh, yeah, 25.
Yeah.
25. What a god-awful roll, truly, for me. So you take 16 points of slashing damage.
Still not bad.
Still not terrible. I did forget to have you make a couple of d20 rolls before.
Oh.
That's a 19 wisdom save.
Oh, I'm just asking for a d20 roll.
Oh, 17.
Okay, and another one?
11.
11, okay. And one more. I believe you smote twice.
I did smote. Did I smite twice? I smote twice.
You smote twice.
4.
4. Sorry, I need to consult my folio.
There's no.
sorry,
we'll
yeah,
do it
it's
next.
under the-
We'll do it next time, Brett. You know, like
No,
there's
we're gonna
no
look at the full-
time.
you know, we're gonna go ahead and look at the folio.
Get
I think we have to
really-
end here.
We're gonna go ahead and look at the folio
we
real
finished.
quick.
We
Hey.
won. Everything was good. Dirk held his own quite well.
You rolled really
Leave it
well
off.
today, except for that
Except
one
for
roll.
that right there.
I think you opened up with a pretty awful roll too.
You immediately take a level of exhaustion.
Oh, that's rough.
It's hefty.
I know how that feels.
That is, however, the end of its turn. And it comes back to you, Tal. Eye in the sky, guy in your eye.
Well, I was gonna do a thing, but I'm not anymore because there's a ball of blackness in the sky.
That is true. Huge true.
So I'm going to look at Dirk. Do I notice how Dirk is sagging?
Yes.
My eyes will like assess Dirk and immediately dart to Paige.
Mm-hmm.
And say, use your herbs on Sammy.
I will respond. I think Logain will help him, and I will look at Logain for any type of.
I think Logain in game said I can't do much.
I thought you said.
Logain, I described him as looking like he wasn't sure exactly how to help in this situation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
But
missed that,
currently,
yeah.
when you look at Logain is looking at this guy.
Logain, you.
And just looks back at you.
Sammy.
What are you going to do with your turn, Tal?
I'm going to look at this guy in front of me because I know I can't do anything to help Sammy, and I'm just going to say, someone help him! And I'm going to turn around and wail on this guy.
Okay.
Ooh, that is a miss.
Okay.
A 9.
A 9 will miss.
I'm going to roll again. Come on, baby. 18.
18 just hits.
Cool.
Could I have answered Logain looking at me there, or is it not my turn?
No, the turns are snaps within 6 seconds.
Stunning strike.
Okay.
6 points of damage.
It was a stunning strike. What's your DC is what?
14.
Oh shoot! Sorry, I rolled a 14. I thought it was 15.
Rude.
I was missing. I was thinking it was Dirk.
I was rooting for you.
But that was 6 points of damage.
Great. Looking real bad. Death's door.
And with my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flurry of blows.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to say, go back to the shadows. Natural 20.
Describe this hit, because that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it.
I want to, with that, go back to the shadows. I want to just like
Oh god.
jam his jaw straight up, and you hear crunch. Yeah, he takes 5 points of damage.
Still does it.
Do you double that if it was?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Well, it's double a 1, so 2.
So 6 points of damage.
So, 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Yeah.
And like slow-mo anime, slow falls back.
Yeah.
Unconscious.
And you just
And I-
use your second flurry of blows to go. Ha! Like at the end of "I'll make a man out of you" when they all go "Ha!" slowly through the air.
And I use my second attack to spit on his body.
You've learned well.
Yeah. And I will use my full movement to like skid on my knees to Sammy's side.
Sure. And as you are darting over there, you see quickly Logain, seeing you running at him, just gets in a ready stance, but then sees that it's you and that you're not even looking at him, and steps to the side and lets you go to Sammy, but is looking at the rest of your friends with a cagey look in his eye.
Cool.
That is going to be Lior.
Yeah, Lior's going to
There's just one guy in darkness in the
Yeah.
sky, and the sound of crashing brushes to archers in the way.
It sounds like they're far away. They're getting farther.
It sounds like they had a pretty good head start on you. They weren't maybe as stealthy as they wanted to be, but they had a really good head start and just started running while you were still occupied.
Okay, Lior doesn't think he'll be able to catch up. He's not Tal. He's just gonna come close to Paige. He's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I think that was right. I don't know. I might have screwed up that.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'm just gonna go there and just
Yeah.
kind of like wait below the darkness, kind of in a little disturbed, to be honest, because like
Yes.
the last time he saw this, it was not in any friendly capacity
Yeah.
in any way. This is a thing of nightmares.
And to that point, like in D&D, it might be a perfect sphere of darkness, but that is not the case where it is. It is this shimmering. It's very much like the door of the gateway.
That's right,
With
that's what I'm-
tendrils swirling in and out.
Yeah.
Dirk, anything on your turn?
Get it. That's it. Yeah. Stuck.
And then you come back to, as at the end of your turn, landing at both of your feet is the frail form of eyes wide, mouth stretched in a larger smile than it had in its life, and just like torn up torso, chest cavity on the ground is this Drakkar, as there is a moment of silence, and Paige,
I would scream and run away.
you will scream and run away.
As soon as the Drakkar lands, I will scream and run behind the rock.
I will say, what was it called? Manshinshin?
Majinshin. The Black Wind.
Has it followed us out of the gate?
I don't know. We shouldn't stay here.
Give me a wisdom save, real quick, Paige.
Yeah.
What did I do with my paper? Oh well.
Wisdom save is 11.
You go to run and immediately feel weaves of. You would know them if you could feel it, but you know the feeling of air holding you in place as you go and turn to run, as you are locked in place from running away further, and yes, thank you.
Sorry.
As and you turn, or rather are turned, to see Logain holding you with air, looking with fear at you and looking with confusion at you, and forcing a bemused smile on his face and saying, "You see, I knew there was more to that half-truth you were telling me."
Paige will just stare in horror.
And that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
I'm gonna run the other way.
Nope, that's where we end our session for tonight.
Paige just got I'm out of here. I mean,
he's already cast a concentration spell. I'm gonna book it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast
Here's the thing about
haste on him and drop it immediately.
Here's the thing about subtle spell. If it's still a visible spell, you could see it.
You don't,
But there's no point of origin from me. It's just something that appears. What I wanted to. Sorry, I'll explain.
I know
this
what you
later.
wanted to do. I know what you wanted to do.
I wanted to say take the fall for me.
Of course, I was going to do that.
Exactly. Oh.
You know, the unfortunate thing is that to cast this spell, you had to drop haste, so Dirk was not doing anything and was listless.
Yeah.
I'm just counting on him not having seen that.
Yeah.
You know, here's
He's
the
like healing the one person that's not punching people in the face.
Here's the thing, too, you know, when it comes to channeling and male channelers and female channelers and female channelers, game recognizes game. So there's a you know, there's the glowing aura thing and whatnot.
Yeah, he doesn't need that.
No glowing aura.
Dirk ain't have that around him when he was.
He's bursting with smiting energy. No, he's not.
You know, not when you have just given him a wave of lethargy.
Lethargy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I understand what you were trying to do, but it was such a.
I didn't know it was concentration.
It was such a tight trap.
Nor did I. I don't think Everard's is, but I don't know.
That's where
It's such a tight trap
Yeah.
to be woven into.
Yeah.
That
I was counting on if I'm running, I'm using a psionic spell. I have not really engaged with the enemy. I'm just running for safety. And he has openly just cataclysmically channeled on so many levels. I was hoping the inference would be made to him.
Everett's is concentration.
It is concentration? Okay, so it would have been dropped.
any lasting field effect is largely going to be concentration.
Perfect. So I guess that was an omission on my part. But I figured he wouldn't have made the connection with all the hubbub with Sam down and everything.
Unfortunately, there were no enemies left. I totally see it, but this, and here's the thing too, like, listen, whether it's a guy channeler or a female channeler, like,
It's channeling.
he's advanced. He knows his stuff, you know, and unfortunately, this is just
was really trying
a
to make
chess
it so you didn't
versus
have to do
checkers
that.
situation for old Logain.
Yeah.
I'll kill him next turn. It's fine.
For sure. Yeah.
Hey man, I still got resistance against fire. We're good.
It feels feasible that you can take out the Dragon Reborn next session. We're going to give you some time to game plan how to do that.
15 help now.
So we're going to wrap up for there. Thank you, guys.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Thank you
Insane.
so much for watching. If you've been tuning in, as always, you can catch our next episode to see the fallout of this very civil conversation next Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on this page. Until then, I've been Brad. She's been Paige. And this has been Who's Taking Watch? The Dragon's Might. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.